You, from around the corner, see moving, like lumbering around, a large half-horse barbarian that you
yes, you're right. He does
recognize.
I am wide-eyed right now, like goblins.
He just
Scaly
looks
goblins.
and he goes, "Goblins!" And he just he'll book it.
I remember you were talking about how the axe handle looks like spaghetti.
That's right.
You were like, spagooter!
9, 10, 11, 12, and he turns the corner and looks and sees. It doesn't look like a goblin.
I said scaly goblin.
Yeah,
He did say scaly goblin.
But he was still expecting a goblin.
But does he know the difference between the two?
Yes, actually, if I remember correctly, he was one of the other people that knew what a kobold was.
Yes.
He just
It's the same fucking
he
thing.
takes his great axe and he puts it in, and he like slaps it in his other hand, and he yells, "Not goblin, but still going to die!" And then his turn ends on
Like,
that.
yes, go get him, boy.
And then we are back to Tippa's turn.
I'm out of first level spells.
I will be in a second.
Let me think what just was
As soon as I heal you.
exchanged.
Hey.
Kobolds are helping him. This is all out of character. Kobolds are helping him. He thinks he knows the domain. A little bit of an asshole.
Very much of an asshole.
Tippa is going to piss herself. No.
I didn't want this!
I would like to use the wish spell that I conveniently have.
That's my ring. It has a wish spell in it. Captain Planet.
Oh my god.
Tippa's going to.
It's one of the first times I've seen you not know exactly what it is you wanted to say, and this is beautiful, actually.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm ever facing a fucking dragon. Because everything else that has tried to attack Yuna has not rolled high enough. But this is a dragon, and I'm level 1. So.
It's baby dragon.
This is not a fucking. The other one that I tried to heal was a baby dragon.
This is also a baby dragon. It's just a baby dragon that knows how to say things.
Bigger baby dragon.
Stroke more of its ego.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how.
Should probably also get as much information as you can about it.
He huffs and he goes, "This is getting boring. I'm getting hungry."
Tippa takes part of her rations out, and it's like jerky. And she says, "Would you like a piece?"
At least you
He
tried.
looks down and then he bellows. He goes, "Ah, I like you.
You die last.
Not enough to not eat you, but I may let you live a little longer." And he looks at you expectantly, and he just waits.
Takes out a second piece of jerky and takes both of them to him and just holds them out.
I mean, unless you want him to bite your arm off.
Take the very tip of her fingers. No, she's going to just kind of set them at his feet and say, "This is all I have for now, but if you'd like, I can bring more back."
He leans down, and you see his large tongue slide out and slowly pick up the
What are you feeding him
food?
exactly?
and he eats it. And then we are going to go to Arden.
Yay!
Arden,
Hey.
you
I was like,
also heard
because he said that he was hungry.
a familiar voice, large and gruff,
Oh yeah.
and then the sound of stomping off into the distance. And I'd say you would have turned around, you would have seen the half-orc disappear down.
Well,
where
yeah,
he is.
I was looking this way. I
okay.
was facing down this way because I was basically waiting to see.
Then yes,
things that ran
you
past.
saw the whole exchange. You saw him come out. You heard him yell. You saw him book it off into the distance.
Knowing that she now has more backup than just her and Redos because they are not fighters. Well, so much as they don't run up to people.
I'm more of a lover.
She's going to go back around the corner. And notice that Redos is probably bleeding all over the
I'm
fucking
on death's
place.
door right now.
Yep. So she's gonna touch him and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. He is very bloodied.
That was really bad. But you have 4 health.
Hey.
I thought it was a 7 at first. It's not. It's a 1.
Hey.
You're not dying.
I'm not dying. I'm only halfway dead.
Kobold 3 will come running up to the barbarian.
Like an idiot.
Like the idiot he
Yeah,
is.
I'm gonna run towards the barbarian.
I'm gonna run towards the big fucking hulking thing with a great axe.
And it fails.
I was gonna say,
terribly.
here it comes. Insta kill.
You imagine? We don't know this
Alright,
dragon's here.
smash.
We're gonna go all the way
Back to
around here,
Felix.
come this way, and open that fucking door.
I'd be like,
So,
yeah,
what is, so
Be like,
I got the gist of what she did.
She essentially, he was saying, he said that he had been feeling, he was getting bored with this. And as he started to, you know, ready himself, she was like, food! And so he laughed, was like, he's like, I like you. Not enough not to eat you, but I'll let you live a little longer.
He was like, I eat you
So
last.
And then I gave
And
him
he-
another piece of jerky to be like, maybe you can like me a little bit more.
So he eats the jerky,
I just,
and he's eating it. Well, he's essentially he just went done. That's it.
I look at Arden. Good thing we only have to worry about
Does that
kobolds.
illuminate at all?
So-
Show.
I don't think they come.
She is not under any
Such
impression
wild
that there's
creatures
not a
are
dragon here.
Yeah, I know, right?
They have a
She knows
protected
there's probably
magical
a
force
dragon.
surrounding them until the spell ends.
Okay, but it doesn't say that it's visual at all. Okay,
I mean,
no,
I'll
I just
check it.
no, I just wanted to make sure on that end, mainly because how he would react would be very different based upon what he sees.
Well,
He said he was gonna kill us. I'm not gonna be stupid.
As of right now, but at the same time, like, you know.
I was like, isn't it only like a shimmer or something like on your?
I think it shimmers a little bit when you cast it, but I don't think it's.
Well,
always
let's look it up real quick and see because how I react. Well, actually, we'll get back to that once you figure it out. Redos, your turn.
I swear to God, if you kill us because you stopped us with armor, I'm gonna be very pissed.
I just I was like, well, that
It doesn't say.
big fellow.
Okay, we'll assume that it doesn't.
Good.
We will assume that it doesn't.
I'm just like that big fellow got it. So I can't do anything right now. So I just hang out right there.
Okay. At this point,
I'm just ready. So really fast. I'm just ready in action for like the low chance that kobold gets over here.
To do what?
If
I'm gonna stab it with my rapier.
Sounds good.
he is going to
Just
raise
smack
his
it.
great axe over his head.
You've been a bad boy. Smack.
Yeah, definitely is.
he just mushes it
I
in his
just realized
face.
I did you a disservice last time.
Why?
And he just grins, and you hear, "Death comes swift!" And he brings it down, and the edge cleaves the kobold in two. From the top of his head straight down. You hear a shriek, and then the sound of crunching,
Oh boy.
What was this back when?
and
Yeah.
he lets out a laugh.
Yeah, I think
still
took care of it.
It made a
And
big
then he
squish.
starts making his way forward.
Did.
Oh, he's just gonna.
He's just literally gonna smack
God.
and go.
We need
As
to
far
fucking
as,
catch back up.
as far as you guys know.
Yeah, probably.
And before we get back to you guys, I will let everyone on this end take another turn, and
I'm just
we're
gonna
gonna-
dash after.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same.
So you're all gonna go.
Although Arden is going to make you stand behind her because she knows that you're more injured than she is.
Hey.
We're gonna just say you're all gonna run over to that area. So peel off.
She doesn't really want
number
to,
7.
But
Okay.
we're just gonna assume they're gonna make it just for expediency's sake.
Oh boy, more tense.
Oh boy!
Well, at least you guys have a barbarian.
I'm a cleric.
You see yourself coming into a room similar to the last.
I have
Reactor dragon.
non-flashbacks.
I'm all ready for it, girl.
I'm not ready to fucking.
And
We just gotta spread out. It'll be fun.
in this
Ready
area,
for acid.
you see
You're ready for
I'm
us.
more cold.
Not ready.
another 3 kobolds.
Ugh.
Get him
Standing more like throughout the room. And
Get him, boy.
one of them, we'll say it is this guy, is wearing slightly nicer clothing.
Oh, great.
That one's the leader. Fuck
He's
him
the
up.
bard.
He's the bard.
And they all shriek
Try
at
to
you.
seduce me.
Wait,
God, I hope.
Wait, are we
We're gonna
like?
keep the rolls the same.
Are
No
we?
reroll.
Are we further in?
Huh?
Are we further in?
You're gonna be like around the corner enough to see at least 2 of them.
So, yeah. We're up here.
Just do 1.
I have a feeling that the sound's gonna make him attack us, so...
I feel like we need to smooth talk the dragon or act like we have no fucking idea what's going on.
No, it's alright. Just try and convince him to be your guard dog.
It'll work out fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Or
you'll
we'll
get your own bubbles. She'll be fine.
Yes, we'll have the bubbles. It doesn't matter what yours is.
Oh shit, we're dead.
Okay, so how it's gonna go is the one closest to Jeff is 3, and then 2 is in the middle, and 1 is over to the edge.
Okay.
Okay.
Sword, nothing.
No arm.
Dagger. Yeah, sword, no arm, dagger. 3, 2, 1.
That's gonna be this one.
Sword, old no arm, and dagger boy.
Oh, it actually doesn't change very much on that end. So, we're gonna start top of the order again. So, Felix, would you like to do something?
Punch the dragon in his dick.
You can just say no, and we can pretend like your turn just,
You're just waiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go no.
He's just,
I don't
the
have
dragon looks at you two and goes, "You seem to be adventurers. Entertaining." And he flops down and just watches you two.
Oh no!
And then
No!
Kobold 3, Kobold 3, hearing the screeching of his two companions, is going to move closer to the wall, and stay right there. And he pulls out his sling.
But we don't know he's there.
But you don't know he's there. Redos!
I go over here.
I have an idea. I have a really shitty idea.
I have an idea.
I
It's
have
shitty.
proficiency in disguise kit, so we're gonna perform a play.
Alright,
I
so
wanna die.
I shoot number 1 with my short bow.
Oh no,
Okay.
this is gonna be so
Oh,
bad.
We got this.
We gotta buy.
I'm assuming that's gonna hit.
It's okay, I have a +1 in performance.
+3 in performance.
yeah, I'm assuming that you,
That's
Persuasion.
a dirty 20.
yeah.
You're a dirty 20.
Yeah, I know I am. 6 damage.
The clipper must.
It looks up and you let your, it's just a short bow? You let your arrow fly, it hits it straight in the eye socket, and it looks down, looks up, and then falls over dead.
Good.
And get him, big boy. I move back.
A little bit.
You have just been asked to entertain a green dragon.
I'm going to look at Felix and be like, hey now.
In response, I will talk over top of her.
Just really fast. Are they hearing this shit from this over
I
here?
was just like, can we hear a dragon? Well, no. Is he speaking or is he speaking telepathically?
The dragon?
Yes.
The dragon speaks in a deep, booming voice, but you
Okay.
haven't.
No, I
heard
just
it
wasn't
yet.
sure if it was actually speaking or if
I'm
it was
also kind of do they hear us? Because
Yeah,
they
that
started
too.
shrieking.
I guess we would
I did.
It depends on if you hear him over the dragon, because the dragon's loud.
At this moment in time,
Oh,
boy.
you see the dragon's head,
Oh, we
Stop
may have made a
and
mistake by
turns.
mentioning that.
and he goes, "It sounds like more have made their way. I will get to them later."
That's exciting.
And he turns back to you and he goes, "I'll let my servants take care of them."
Here's the question: can we hear the dragon?
I think he answered that before he said not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him.
Nope.
Okay. So
That's right, there's a
Is
big
he-
fucking door.
is he
don't
mad
know.
at us yet, or are we still going?
He still seems
I meant he
amused.
said
He doesn't
from this
seem
side.
bothered
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
mean
or
the
concerned
So,
at all.
okay. So then, over top of her, I will. Sir, although I don't have your name yet, you have to give us a few moments. We have to get ready for a play.
He looks at you and
Just
goes,
wait until the bard shows up.
"All right, you shall have time."
Okay. I motion you back into the area in front of the forge.
And then you run.
Yes.
And he just goes,
Yeah.
I hope you know. I have rather good hearing.
Boy.
I would not doubt your ability.
If I hear footsteps getting too far away, I may just have to dine on you much faster.
Fear not, we shall be firmly planted within earshot.
Open
And,
the forge door. Walk in the forge. Close the door.
And then it is
Goodbye.
Arden's turn.
Oh, is it?
Kimberly
Okay.
grabs you by like the lower abdomen and she's like, what?
What else are we gonna do?
You
She.
don't budget all.
Arden's gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Mel's fatal.
17.
Yep.
Hey.
Oh my god, she hit.
For one. Probably 1 damage.
Which one are you attacking?
Yeah!
How much
The
damage?
only one I can see, this one.
Okay, so that would be 2, and you're dealing how much damage?
1.
1.
It's 1, what is it, force damage? I think it's 4. No.
Yes, force.
Is that force?
You fire your Eldritch Blast at him, and the light flies from his hands.
Oh, okay.
The light flies from your hands and hits it square in the chest, and it just kind of
It looks
shrugs
pissed.
it off, and it
Let's say,
hisses at you.
Do you have...
She's gonna go, okay, she's
I'm
gonna move behind Pranos.
I'm just like, you tried.
It's just like
Hey, I hit it!
Like,
it
good job.
hisses at you essentially.
What?
The kobold.
Oh.
The dragon.
She doesn't even
only
know
know
me.
that-
This is the first time she's ever seen kobolds, and she's just like, I don't like it. I don't like them. Nope.
No.
Then
This is if somebody goes,
Grook
Okay, I have to.
walks into the room, and when he turns the corner,
Beep.
the kobold with the sling lets the sling fly and misses. The rock flies past him. Does he have enough room to get to that one without causing an attack of opportunity? The
So
other
which one?
No,
So the one-
he would be like,
He'd have-
literally right next to
So
it.
then he's gonna go up to 2 then.
Like right next to it, right here,
Yeah,
fine.
like right where is he able to hit it from where he was before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna smack it there.
Okay.
He's not gonna.
He's gonna smack the shit out of
He's
him.
just gonna smack
He's
it.
not very good at... I was about to say, he's not one tactical genius.
Oh, hey, look at that. That's a nice plus. And he swings his great axe, catches it right in the neck, chops about halfway into its neck. It gags, and then he yanks it out, and it falls down to the ground dead. They're squishy.
Yeah.
Kobolds are squish.
Yeah, but
there
they're
goes
fucking
one,
annoying
Stacy.
numbers.
Kobold 3 will then attack.
Okay.
Yep, sling again.
Sling, mix, sling, sling.
And hits.
Oh.
And does 3 damage to Grook.
Boy.
And back to Felix's turn.
Come on, you can do it.
I'm going to begin to buy time by putting makeup on this poor little tiefling, using my disguise to make her look more human-like.
How do you feel about this?
She already looks.
I'm making you more like pale, not pale, but like human skin color.
Well, she has tan skin. Tippa has light tan skin, burgundy hair, and hazel eyes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
You guys,
the one
you
that's
guys
got
never
more-
asked for what Tippa looks like.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. She looks more human-esque.
Yeah. Which is why
but
she doesn't
it's
get
more
as many
like-
dirty stares.
It's more like the horn.
Yeah, she has little horns that go like this, and they go and they cross.
You can still smudge makeup on her face though if you want to.
Pretty.
Okay. I'm gonna make her look
You're
pretty.
looking pretty. Roll. Oh, actually, you're proficient in disguise.
And this is how we die to a dragon.
Oh,
I'm
great.
gonna look up what you meant for
Okay.
with this guy.
So we'll say that that's what you're gonna do during your turn.
Yep.
Redos.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won't be able to. I just move up here. That's as far as I can go without.
You don't have a bow?
There's a wall right there.
There's a wall.
Oh, that's right. There is a wall right there. Isn't
A bunch of weird wall
there? That's what I do. All right.
That's all I got.
Okay. Tippa.
Go T-Pa.
You have just been
tibia.
smudged on your face with makeup.
Do I look pretty?
Apparently it's deception. Because
Okay.
the tags are utility and deception.
Okay, so
Oh, how pretty do I look?
That's 1.
12.
How pretty do I look?
No, she can't tell.
Yeah, you can't see it.
yeah, like he didn't change too much. You just look like you with paler skin. So like it, as far as things go, the disguise doesn't look ridiculously convincing. It's almost like with Greek plays where the dudes dressed up as women, where you're just like, yeah, you're still clearly a dude,
You're still clearly a T.
but we definitely get what you're going for.
We got it.
You know?
Okay, and she's just, I guess, gonna take some of the glimmer moss and braid it into her hair
Okay.
to make herself look
Pretty. You definitely look.
She thinks
You are
she's
now glowing.
glorious. She
You are now
loves moss.
Literally. Literally. You don't need
You
to.
just wait until we get to my arc. Everything
Yeah.
will be explained.
You are glowing.
I am
Literally.
fucking glowing.
And then Arden.
She's just
Oh,
gonna run
and also-
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's gonna run over here. She can't go any further than that.
Gruck will then stomp his way over.
Well, she'll hold an Eldritch Blast in
Still
case
have
it
my
comes
armor.
by, but if it probably doesn't.
We're going Grok.
Oh, yep. Okay. Man, Gruck is like.
Grok is the.
Gruck!
Murders another kobold.
Yep. Gruck coming over just smirks at it, and he just with one hand like brings up his great axe, and it goes up underneath its rib cage, catches it, and almost it starts to let out a shriek, but it just goes, and then it just lifts up slightly, and then slowly slides off the great axe.
We prayer circle that our dragon friend didn't just hear all of his minions get murdered.
He doesn't seem to care.
Oh yeah, that's also true.
So
Literally what he
And,
said.
Alright, once again, I will then go and let everyone in this area, after the kobolds have been killed, do one thing. What are you going to each do? You know what, I will let Gruck go first, just because I know one thing that you two are going to do. He's going to walk up to the door, and he's going to yank it,
Yep.
and it doesn't move
Good.
at all. It
Good.
almost seems locked, and you see what looks like a very large lock on it. And he turns to you two and he goes, "The door's locked. What do we do?"
I get.
Tipa has the key. Maybe.
I have a lot of keys.
You had the key to the forge, is what she's
There's
saying.
2 things we can do. One of them you will like.
There's 2 things we can do.
2.
There's 2 things we can do.
Either A, smash the lock, or B, I can try and pick it.
It's not like a padlock. It's like a.
It's like an indoor thing.
Tumbler lock.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, well, there's 2 things we can do. You can either A, bust on the door, or B, I can try to get the lock.
How about we don't do any of those yet? We don't know what's on the other side of the door.
It's probably just gonna be our friends.
I mean,
She's not assuming that. She really does.
Some type of laugh in the
Wait,
distance.
hold on.
You
I
don't
just
fucking
want to make sure I'm
Rock
not
will-
fucking metagaming. Because she, like I said before, she had a feeling there was still a dragon here, but I don't want to fucking be... Oops. Nope. Okay, never mind.
She simultaneously took out the dragon and the
Never mind.
Alright,
She rolled a
Gruck,
3, so she's just gonna say, the door's locked, things are behind locked doors, you should just listen at it before you open it.
Both of you roll a.
Us?
Yeah. Just roll for straight wisdom.
Ooh.
Ooh, I saw double digit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a 19.
19.
Y'all both think
We both rolled
maybe there's a
18s.
key on one of the kobolds. If you remember,
Oh, yeah,
there is
the one
one
has
that
nice
looks
armor.
a little bit nicer than the
That's
other.
right. Okay, so Arden, being the one who's in the back,
Well, wait a minute.
is gonna go,
Something's
I'll go
going
look
on
at the
here.
kobolds, see if there's a fucking key.
Alright,
Don't
so
bust the door down yet.
Searching the kobolds, you'll find a couple of, the slings, of course, daggers, different things like that, but you will find on the nicer looking kobold a, let me just see if I make sure I get this. you'll find yourself a fairly decent-sized iron key.
She's gonna pick it up, walk back over. She's gonna hand it to Redos because he's in front of her.
Cut away. Back to you two.
I'm trying to know what play we should do.
Which ones do
Macbeth!
Romeo
I
and Juliet.
don't.
You both
Lion
die at
King.
the end. I'm sure he'll love it.
Lion King.
Romeo
Which
and
ones do you know
Juliet.
best? I don't.
I don't.
What light through yonder window breaks?
I'm
I
telling you.
actually
Don't eat me.
They both die at the end. He would be so happy.
That'd be funny.
Let's just reenact the entirety of Dragonheart.
Oh dear lord. Okay.
You be Sean Connery.
This is I, Sean Connery.
Okay, so
You're garbage.
Should we reenact the ending of Romeo and Juliet?
We're just gonna stab ourselves to solve our problems.
Doesn't she drink poison?
Yes, she.
yeah.
Points
Wait, do I have any of his shitty things?
I don't think so. I don't think you took any of that. You took the book, but you didn't. I don't think you took anything else.
No! I did! I took one of the vials of water because I was like, this is definitely shit.
All right.
So I'm gonna take that out of my inventory now.
Okay, there you
Because
go.
I will drink
My shitty stuff is gonna
the
save
shit
your
water.
asses.
I'll drink the shit water.
So, I will let you guys perform a small section of your act before we go back to these.
But I don't know enough.
That's the point.
Just roll?
Just roll with it. Improvise.
I don't know anything. I'm gonna
Juliet. Hi.
Here's the twist. He's Juliet and you're Romeo.
You did say that you could definitely still tell.
Nah, this is what you gotta do.
No.
Go up to her and be like, yo, Juliet, you want some fuck? And then you just die.
But our families hate each other.
So Tip is gonna look at him and be like, what are we doing?
There was. Do you know of the performance of Romeo and Juliet?
Roll for history.
Yes. Natural 19.
There you go. Yeah. You know what it is. You have definitely experienced it before.
Am I Juliet or Romeo?
Whatever you wish, darling.
I'll be Juliet.
Okay, sounds good.
And she takes out the vial of his thing. Watch this.
Alright.
She's going to walk back in. Hold on.
If I remember correctly, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember. Wasn't it Romeo
No.
that drank poison?
Nope.
Juliet drank the poison.
Nope,
Romeo found
it's-
her. He
wait.
killed herself. She woke up. She killed herself.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she's the one who's dead first, and then
Yeah. Yep.
But
that is
plot
right.
twist, she's actually not dead.
That is
Spoilers.
right. You Gucci. This is what happens when I don't pay attention to anything from Shakespeare's past high school.
Yeah. I
Um,
feel that. The only reason I remember that is because I was a secondary education English major. Alright. Back it up.
I believe you doing your acting
I
capabilities.
took acting in high school and in college, and I wanted to kill myself.
so did I.
Actually, high school was okay. It was really fun. But college was painful.
Okay.
Hold on, reading something.
The dragon's getting impatient.
I know he is. I'm trying to find the fucking lines to say.
Yeah,
Just wing
I was
it.
trying to
Just
Holy
Wing it.
Come on, wing it.
Alright.
This is literally everything I hated about college.
Oh boy, let's do this.
Improv, boys.
I hate it.
Oh boy.
This is gonna go
He
down.
sits there and he looks expectantly.
Well, that's his first mistake.
He doesn't realize how shitty this is gonna go.
I'm a true neutral trying to play a romantic.
He's a dragon. He's never seen a play before. He doesn't
I'm
know.
a true neutral trying to portray love and emotion. So we're gonna see
You
who
don't
wins the
love
first
your
time.
boss?
Let's do it.
The only thing that Tippa loves is L and one other thing.
And yes, okay, let's go.
So Tippa's gonna walk in, and she has the thing in her. You missed me saying she wrapped her bedroll around her like a dress.
Okay.
She has it like tucked here, which is a very viable pocket for females. Boob pockets.
Boom pocket.
She's going to
can do it.
I know, right?
I'm role playing in a role playing game.
I know.
Rollception.
Should I say? Why am I so bashful about reciting this? I've literally performed this play.
Romeo, what art thou? I want some fuck.
She's going to.
Oh no.
Why are you knowing?
Because you don't understand. When I get nervous, my body reacts to nervousness.
You were your character.
Me. Literally right now.
You're the one who proposed this.
I proposed it because I just literally want to go roll and see what happens.
Just do it.
Timba walks in, her stride small and dainty. It's having to do the voice of Juliet that's like...
Just do it in Tippa's voice. You don't have to do a voice. Just be yourself.
Tippa's gonna try.
You're adventurers. You're not. You aren't necessarily.
Apparently
performers.
Tippa's trying. Let's go.
Tippa's trying. Let her do one thing somewhat passionately.
Okay.
She walks into the
I hate you.
room and she goes,
This is you.
I just wanted to roll and get it over with.
you expect Brian to let you do that?
What part of 2 months ago me going, this is a heavy role-playing game. I'm not just going to let you roll and get away with this. You're going to have to do it. When you say you're
remember
doing
that.
it, you're going to have to do
Because
it.
that's what we do for everything else.
So she walks in and she goes, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? I got really disgusted with myself.
She stops and goes, fuck.
Like, out of character, I'm really disgusted with myself.
You're just like, no.
My body says there's a tingling, there's a fight going on.
There's a plan, I'm not involved.
I must write this wrong.
Here's
She
what
takes
will
out
happen.
her flute and plays the song with the Beastie Boys. No, no, she
Sleep.
she pats the ground for dramatic effect. She pats the ground. She kneels down and pats the ground next to her. A bed of moss appearing
Oh shit.
as she kneels and takes the vial. If our family doth let us be apart, then I shall end my suffering.
There you go. All right.
Nailed it.
Question mark. Yes.
This is me cringing as a player.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. I'm so happy I'm on this side of the table.
You're just happy you're not us two.
I'd rather be those two fighting the kobolds.
Yeah, it's
He's trying
alright.
to perform a romantic play with you for a dragon.
Listen,
You remember when you were so happy to be on your side of the rocks? Now I'm happy to be on your side
Stab
of the rocks.
myself and get to the last scene.
You want to? You're fine.
I don't even have anything to stab myself with.
All right. You
So-
said your
Well,
line.
you don't.
Are you gonna drink your
You
vine?
don't, because you take Romeo's dagger and stab
Yeah,
yourself.
so you don't have to have
It
something.
all makes sense now.
Yeah, she takes the vial. And she drinks the water.
It's
Just
very
water.
lemony.
It's lemon water, apparently.
Well, thank God he added a flavor to the bullshit.
Flavored bullshit.
It's lemon flavored bullshit. Just saying.
Anyways,
I need
so
to see what thaumaturgy does, because if I can do something...
You can make yourself sound bigger.
I can alter my eye color, is what I was looking for. So she is going to drink it, and her eyes are going to turn like a milky haze as if death has crossed over them.
Mhm.
And she's going to dramatically fall onto the moss.
What else?
Alright.
Felix.
Every time. I don't know.
Just because I'm a
I don't know.
bard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
fair
alright.
enough.
Romance the dead tiefling.
Go.
I will walk into the chamber.
Go, you can do it.
You can't
You
even
do it. Bring it home.
Isn't it like once you're in the chamber, all you want to do is cringe?
I cringed as soon as I realized I had to actually act this out. As soon as I was like, oh, I actually have to do this, I was like,
This will make you forever in the future
Remember
think
when
like,
you
wait,
wanted
do
to-
I want to do this?
Remember when you wanted to get past all of the side quests tonight?
Yeah, listen, we're
Yeah.
only halfway through the night as of right now
Yeah,
for our normal stuff, so let's go.
oh god. I'm trying to think of the words I should say.
Should have saved my moss. We could place moss too. We would look really interesting.
What?
We would look really interesting if we both could place moss.
I still have more balls.
Yes, I mean. Okay.
Multiple moss touchings.
I'm gonna do the shittiest Shakespeare. You ready?
Yeah. Come on, ready.
Juliet, wherefore art thou go?
I'll go.
I mean, yeah, yes, yeah, you're right.
Hark, she is here. Moshe, as I extend,
Will Smith.
I extend my arm and cast minor illusion to make it sound like people are moving back here because people in the play are around the area.
Yes.
Oh no, you should have done like the what you call it, audience like,
Why? Just
oh,
let him go. Just let him do it.
This is our play.
Come on.
not for much longer. Wait until the bar.
Fair
comes in.
maiden, and I go down to touch her, and I act as if she's dead. your lips cold, and I put the lips.
You feel wet.
I smell poison, but it's lemon. I cannot go on, and I pull out my dagger and I go to stab myself from my other side, and I drop over on this side.
Okay. At this point in time, we go back to.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna open the door.
They're gonna think we're dead.
Yes, we're gonna open the door, and you're both gonna be on the fucking ground with the dragon, and I'm gonna turn around and leave.
I wanted to do this. Go.
Fucking leave.
Go.
Renos, go ahead and open the door.
I go up to the door, take the key,
Yep.
Oh no.
turn it.
You hear a
We've had
loud
better ideas.
clunking noise as it
We've
unlocks.
had worse too. And that is true.
The barbarian comes up behind
I
you
assume I take this.
and
and
he puts his hand.
Like my
Wait,
adopted child.
And just wait. And
No!
so both you and the
Wait, wait, wait.
barbarian.
Well, we're taking this off, right?
Yeah, you can take that off.
Okay.
This isn't gonna be good. I adopted the barbarian.
And it slides.
I was gonna say,
I just like-
Renos is first because he's opening
Yeah,
the door.
I just unlock it. I peek in.
It's a big heavy door. You're gonna just.
Well, I was just saying he's only pushing
Yeah,
it
I'm
back
pushing
enough
it a
so
little
you can
bit.
see a little bit behind it.
All right. The door starts to make a loud groaning noise.
It doesn't matter at this point then.
And
And then I just open it fully because at this point,
opening it, you see into a large open room.
Ah!
A large green shimmering wyrmling sits in the center. And on the other side of the room, you notice two bodies sprawled out on the floor.
Can I just?
And at this point, y'all gonna hate me. Gruck goes,
Oh yeah, he's taller than you.
"What have you done?"
It's because Tippa adopted him.
just out of sheer curiosity, can I attempt to all see what they're doing?
Because he
insight
won't have
these guys?
knowledge.
Well,
Nice,
you can
we're
only
getting
insight when
hard.
they're speaking.
Yeah, but all you guys are doing is laying down on the ground currently, looking
Yeah,
kind
but
of
I'm
dead.
I don't
wrapped
see
in a fucking-
blood, I
I'm
don't
wrapped
see-
in a bedroll with makeup on.
It won't matter on this end because Gruck screams at the top of his lungs.
Fine.
And the green dragon turns and looks behind him and he goes,
We don't even get the fruits of our labors.
I didn't even get to stab myself.
"I guess playtime is over."
Timing is everything.
And he stands up.
Stab myself.
Your play was not convincing
He goes-
enough.
It was
broke
fine.
the immersion.
Although I enjoyed the show,
Broke the immersion.
Hey,
it's time for you all to
I'm just
die.
like, show. Wait, what show?
Roll for initiative.
What? There's a show
I assume-
going
I
on.
assume we-
What the fuck? What the actual?
why on initiative?
I
Again!
I keep that 20 on initiative.
So you got 22 then, right?
Yeah.
10.
12.
Um,
I thought it was a really good play, guys. Good job.
We hear Gruck yell, and immediately we snap up like, "Oh no!"
6.
Just behind you. Literally on the ground. I hear him yelling.
I'll keep
Like,
that.
oh shit.
Okay.
We both immediately sit up like, and you guys are like, "Oh."
I don't know anything because I can't see the dragon. I can only hear it.
You just hear Gruck yell.
What are you doing?
Mm-mm.
Can I just be like dragon? Like once I see the thing, can I just be like dragon?
Like say dragon? Or
Yeah, he wants
like
to say
say
dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I say dragon.
Okay, I'm gonna need life totals again from people.
Hey!
You better back the fuck up.
You said 4.
Because while I care about them,
Still.
I'm not fucking dying to a dragon. Because if she hears the word dragon, she's backing
It's
up.
been an hour.
It has not.
16.
Okay.
9.
I would say it's been at best like about 20 minutes or so.
Okay, so I still have 40 minutes of false life left.
Okay. Felix, you get to go first. You have heard the bellowing, and you know that he's pretty much ready to kill
He's
you.
gonna fuck people up.
Stand up after I move it.
Yoink.
I back up and... Oh, no. I... scurry over this way.
And you shoot lightning hands.
I wish. I'm gonna use Frostbite. It has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yay.
13.
It makes it.
Nothing happens.
I passed my turn. Yep.
It looks down at you as your hand is held out, and it just laughs.
This door,
Your tricks mean nothing to me.
this door is big enough for the dragon to get through. Isn't it?
Gruck then pushes past,
Beat the shit out of him. Let's go.
and going into
Yes!
a rage.
Is he gonna run?
Yes!
I would like to...
Oh god.
Let me just see, because I need to make sure.
Barbaric rage.
He has 2.
Is he in a pit or just like on a
I think it's a nest.
nest?
Two
Okay.
axes crossed like this. This says, I would like to rage.
Okay, plus 2 melee damage with that, but that's on a hit. He does not hit. He comes running up, and he is so enveloped in his
I probably shouldn't have, like, hazed over my eyes.
he swings, and
really
the
bad.
tail bats
I
the
just
great
wanna
axe
point
to the
out-
side, and he chuckles.
I just want to say, if we came in, I would have just like gone in with the play, just like slide to Romeo. Romeo.
The dragon then turns around and goes to bite at the barbarian. It roars as it comes down on him and hits.
Of course it does.
This is going great, guys.
Yep. So
Thanks
this is
for
good.
opening the door.
Wait, my does.
And
just waited.
he does.
I said listen at the door. We just opened it.
Let's see, that would be
Yeah, you guys would have heard us
5
performing.
It'll be fine.
piercing, which is halved, so he only takes 3 piercing.
Only.
And then
That's like a quarter of his health.
Like I also thought it was like a wood door.
I used
Like
the
it's not.
Bardic-
It was big ass stone.
Bardic inspiration.
I think it's a metal door.
and then you see
No, that matters.
when he bites down on
Nah, he
him,
knows we're fucking-
from his teeth oozes this
Fucking
green saliva,
Oh boy.
and the barbarian howls in pain
Ow.
as it seeps into the wound, and then it pulls its teeth back and lets out a bellowing roar. It is then Redo's turn.
I use vicious mockery.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw 13.
Fails.
Yes.
Wow.
I say the white dragon looked better.
Damn good.
He was silver.
Well, he was silver.
Too bad it was silver.
Doesn't matter, Jack.
Yeah, it doesn't
Still roll a
matter.
4.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, so 4 damage.
4 damage.
And its next attack roll has disadvantage.
Advantage, so we'll do that. And he currently has.
Yeah, it has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its turn.
Okay. Tippa.
Tip is gonna take half her movement to stand because
Yoink.
there's no point in laying on the moss anymore. Her eyes are still the hazy white because obviously she hasn't stopped thaumaturgying.
Nope.
So she is going to be like, "Oh shit, hi guys,"
how's it
and
going?
she's going to put out her hand and let's see.
You did not back up.
So I'm standing 25. She's gonna move and she's gonna touch it on the tail.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
Can please roll high.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna throw out this dice.
Yeah.
It
It was a natural one.
We throw the whole dice away.
Sorry.
The entire dice.
But is it wait. Am I technically flanking because barbarian is directly across from me?
We don't do flanking.
There's no flanking.
How many people? Because that's what I said, but there are like feats and stuff that give you
Yeah, there's feats and stuff that give you that
like
kind
pack
of
advantage. Gives you advantage.
Yeah. Like good. Yeah.
They basically assume
level
if you're
3 for barbarian.
Totem of the Wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's an
let's-
actual ability that the barbarian gets that gives you advantage on attacks while he's flanking, and someone else around him attacks.
Dire Wolves have it too.
That's
Sorry.
really dumb.
That's 5e for you. And Arden,
Then she's just gonna touch his tail.
Pat,
Yep.
pat it like good dragon.
Pat.
he chuckles.
He doesn't know she's trying to kill him.
Oh, yay, cool. To hear a dragon, she's immediately wants to turn around and run, but she can hear her friends on the other side.
Don't be a bitch.
She's not going to, but she's not getting any closer. She's gonna walk into line of sight so she can see it. She's gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
That's the only thing she can do.
Pew.
Nope. And she misses, and she panics, and runs
Like, nope.
backwards. But she's not running away yet. She's just running out of range. Hopefully.
Oh, she has a breath weapon.
Actually, yeah. Yeah! Yeah,
Fuck.
it's an acid dragon. She's like, nope, not getting anywhere
Sorry,
near
sorry. I
that.
was just gonna make a dex save. It'll be fine.
For half damage.
Yeah, I know. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, she saw that poison oozing out of that dragon. She's not all about it.
I should have used this dice.
Yep.
And all she can really do is boop someone back to life.
Boop.
So
That's all we need you to do.
she can only do it once. That's it.
That's
I'm
all
the
we-
one that can do it multiple.
That's all we need.
Well,
you
I
to
could
do.
technically do it multiple times if I had healing, but I don't have any healing. The only healing I have is my healing hands, which does one
Yeah,
hit point.
it's optional rules on that one,
Guys,
sadly.
it's okay. I have soap. We got this.
Yeah, the fucking
It's all good.
I don't watch this
You
fucking
shouldn't
mouth
need it.
now.
We're back to the top, and it is Felix's turn.
Ray Frost.
Whee.
15?
Nope.
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 Alright.
Gruck will swing. Oh, after you are done doing your stuff.
Yeah, I'm just
Backing
moving even further into the corner.
Gruck will swing yet again, and hits
Yay!
for a lot.
Yay!
It's
he still
plus
raging?
2 on.
Yes, he
yes,
is.
he is. So another plus 2 to that damage as well too. So, okay, Gruck, angry that the axe was battered away, will then come swinging back, almost in a fluid motion, and cleave into the dragon's thigh, and the dragon lets out a mighty roar. And ooh.
Oh no.
Oh sh.
No, that's actually pretty good.
Oh.
At this point in time, the dragon turns and seethes. Oh, dear lord.
I feel it. I feel it. Wait, do wyrmlings get the breath attack? Or is that just adults?
I don't know.
I will find out.
All I know is the green dragon was dripping venom, and she doesn't want to be
He
anywhere near it.
then starts to fly up and turning around, looking at the... Well, actually, no, that's right. He's still facing towards the barbarian. Looking directly down at the barbarian, he's going to say, "You're not worth my time!" And he then... You see from inside of his throat
they have it.
Breath weapons!
a
Hey! You remember when Sajin almost died from a breath weapon?
I don't know what you're talking about.
hazy green mist starts to come, and it pours out of his mouth out And let's see, 15-foot cone.
Oh.
So
I'm not in that cone.
No, because he's
No,
not even
it's
looking at you.
this way.
so it goes
It does like me.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm just barely in it.
Yep. Roll Constitution save.
Oh shit, con. Okay.
Because it's a mist. God, I'm so glad I moved back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to
good
buy
on
my
that end.
tablet tomorrow.
12.
12. All right.
Please don't kill me.
So
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I die.
I can cast Spare the Dying at 30 feet, don't worry.
Yeah, so you won't die. Just be
I can
unconscious.
stabilize you.
Brian, stop rolling dice.
Unless he does more than twice his health.
Brian, I swear to fucking God, I will come over there.
If he does twice
What's
his health,
your
he's
health?
dead.
9.
It'd be 18.
You take 11 damage,
Okay.
Oh my god.
as does the barbarian.
I am down.
You fall. The barbarian starts to fall, but then just pulls himself back up.
Did he pass the save?
And no. But he gets relentless endurance,
Yeah, he has relentless endurance.
which keeps him from falling below 1 once. As of right now, I think he gets more as he levels up.
I'll let you know how many when I make my level 20.
The yeah, there you go. The dragon then, looking down, roars and goes, "Remember my name, Braxis, brood of Blightwing.
Oh
Will
my
have his
god.
vengeance on you."
Holy fucking alliteration. What?
Okay, hold on. Because I don't have my shit. You're gonna have to say that fucking again.
And he
Praxis.
You need to
I knew that
spell that
much.
for me.
flies off into the distance.
Yeah, that's why you better run like the little bitch you are as I fall down dying.
Literally only needed to bring him down to half, and the barbarian hit for 15 damage,
Oh.
Not
which
bad.
was just enough to bring him down
Shit.
to where he needed to be.
If I would have made my attack with inflict wounds, I could have done 30 damage.
You could have.
But
And you would have killed him.
Yeah.
We would have ruined all of Brian's plans.
Actually, no, you wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have killed him, but if someone else would have hit him.
You got real close.
So what? Braxis brood of what?
Abraxas, brood of Blightwing.
The fuck? Lightwing.
Yep. So, you got one guy, currently.
Spare the dying.
Yay!
Yep.
I have no heals for you, so I'm just gonna walk
Does it
over.
get me up, bring me up to 1 or just stabilizes?
No,
Just stabilizes.
Cool.
If I had heals, I would be able to heal you for max, but
Yeah.
I don't. So I'm just gonna
Didn't
go
we
over.
get health potions?
Those are all of mine, and I'm going to force one down your throat.
Okay, yes.
See, look at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say the clip.
Thank God for Muriel, right?
Oh yeah.
Thank God
I
my
thought you said Muriel, and I was like, "Who the fuck
And-
are you
and-
talking?"
and
Yeah,
Muriel.
God, my
I
sister's
know.
not an asshole. 2d4.
I was very confused.
I need another 4. Shit. Give me your 4.
Rock. Just take that. It's 4. It is a 4.
You wish.
Yeah, see, it was a 4.
So 7 hit points to you, my friend.
Hey.
You can definitely tell that Grok is bloodied as fuck, too. But,
he'll be fine.
Arden is very slowly gonna walk up around the
Ah.
edge because there's no more like
Chip is gonna
sounds.
walk to Rock and just like hug his leg and be like, "I'm sorry."
he just looks down and he goes, "It does not matter. I'm still alive. Showed that dragon who's strong. He fled like a coward."
And he comes back and kills us.
I'm just like, Iron Man the Avengers, like at the end, I'm like, oh shit, what?
Okay.
What?
So,
What happened?
what y'all
Did we
gonna
win?
do?
Oh, I'm gonna go open the fucking forge now.
Okay.
Okay. And another dragon.
So you're gonna walk over to the forge.
Yeah.
Alright.
And I'm gonna listen.
Roll perception.
I'm just assuming everyone's following.
Yep.
Ooh, nice girl.
Ooh, that is a 23.
You hear the sound of
Nothing.
squeaky draconic voices behind the door.
Fuck me.
And they go off into the distance.
After they go off into the distance, and like I've heard them go off into the distance, I'm going to take the key and unlock the door.
You're going to take the key, and you're going to go and shove it in the hole, and it is going to be very small, and doesn't seem to actually be for this door. Remember, he told you that key was for the vault in the forge.
I take my key.
Yeah.
And I go up and I attempt to sting.
The iron key.
Nope. Fuck.
It's for the vault inside of the forge, is what he said to you.
You said that it was for the...
So, there's a lock on it,
There's a lock on it.
and it's in the door.
It's in the door.
I try to pull on the door. Okay.
Mine just
It's
says
locked.
it's the key to Lehman's Forge.
Yeah.
It's the key to the vault in Lehman's forge. Sworn I'd said that. But it definitely is the key to the vault inside of his forge. If there's an addendum you need to make, then...
It was probably, you were probably assuming that we realized it was to the vault because that's what he said when he handed it to us.
Yeah.
But
yes.
Does someone have knock?
no.
I believe it's a level 2 spell.
It's a level 2.
Think about some things you probably haven't done so far.
Yeah, that's...
I go raid the dragon's nest.
Hey, look at that. So you go walking in, and you walk over to the nest, and inside of the nest you find bones scattered all about. And inside of, roll investigation.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. As you're digging through everything, you see under some ragged, torn clothing a large key that has it looks like a war hammer essentially, and it goes all the way to the end and has the actual teeth for the key on the other end.
Okay, I pick it up.
Okay.
Take it. I start bringing it over. Like, hey guys, I think this is it.
Well, open the door.
I attempt to open the door.
I'm going to ready Toll of the Dead.
The key slides in, and you turn it, and you hear the lock tumble and unlock, and the doors kind of start to come and open up a little bit. Not fully open, but that never.
Oh boy, we get to flip up a blight wing.
Go back faster.
After this, we're going to take a small break, because I'm also kind of hungry still. Get some foods, and then if we want to continue on to another side quest, which I feel we'll have more than enough time for, we can do that.
Okay. Oh, I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
what the fuck is this? It's Curse of Strahd. It's the Tarot Quest.
That's what I'm playing.
So you walk.
Rip.
Oop.
I like playing Inspire. It's my favorite card.
Just save him for another campaign, you'll be fine.
It's not the same.
Okay.
Brian jokingly said I should take over your Curse of Strahd campaign.
Shannon's still attached to it, and she kind of wants to run it. She just has to figure out what she actually wants to do on her end.
It's a long story. Long story.
Yeah.
Alright, after... Yep. Okay, so entering into the forge, which you guys are going to come right into this big doorway over there.
Gimme.
You find yourself in a spacious room filled with stone benches, tables, and kilns.
He opened it. You have the thingy ready.
Mhm.
And then I'm assuming your son will be back.
How old is Brock?
Gruck is... I don't know. Let me see. Let me just find that real quick. 28.
Oh, he's older than me.
That means nothing.
That's really
Age
fucking
means
good.
nothing in this end.
Everything's magic.
The heat from the kilns makes the room feel as if it is an oven, and the roaring fires lead you all to believe that the forge has been used recently. The lack of life in the room seems a little suspicious, especially since you had heard something on the other side of the room. Far into the room, you can see an enormous set of marble doors. The doors have a very intricate set of carvings on it. And off to the right, you see what looks like a doorway leading off.
I'm gonna prepare a ray of frost for something that jumps out of those ooga booga booga.
Ooga booga booga. Okay.
So Tippa's going.
Joke's on you, just go boo.
Tippa's going to turn to the party and say, "I definitely heard someone inside."
The dragon did say that he has the kobolds to keep the pests away.
Tip is just going to, I have fucking... I'm gonna take a rock from her bag.
Rock again.
Throw it. Because I have something ready spell-wise, so I can't think.
Yeah. It clatters around the ground. Everyone roll perception.
15.
13.
12.
10.
Hey, that's pretty close, all you guys. You hear, each of you hears the sound of feet off in the other room, and a bit of, like, it sounds like orders, but you also hear the sound of roaring flames coming from the other room, so you can't really make out what's being said. But you definitely know someone's in there.
Okay, so we know that they're in that room.
Mm-hmm, off to the right.
Tip is going to very cautiously walk about 10 feet ahead of her.
Okay. Straight.
Yeah. And she's gonna look around. And hopefully see nothing.
Nothing as far as things are concerned. Do you guys want to try sneaking around here?
I'm gonna try sneaking.
Yeah.
I will let you guys. I will let you guys roll sneak with advantage, which means you just roll straight for sneaking on that end.
Good.
Oh, 13.
There you go. Okay.
23.
So you're all fairly sneaky. You're more sneaky than normal. What do you guys want to do?
I think we should avoid going that way and go this way instead.
What's
Those are stone slabs. Upon walking by them, you can see they look like pretty much places where they would actually strike the metal and form the blades.
So anvil.
Yeah.
Anvil.
Well, kind of like anvil, but it's less anvil looking. It literally looks just like a giant stone slab.
I'm gonna basically set up shop right here and wait for anything to come out this way.
The large circles over to the edges as well are kilns, so you can feel the fire emanating from them. It's very, very hot. The only ones who probably wouldn't be too bothered by this are these two.
Hey.
Tip is gonna look in and see if she sees anything inside of them.
So as far as things go, if you want to, here, let me see number 2, just because I want to see what I can really give you guys an extraction on that. So looking in there, you can see what looks like to be a large pool of water, and then what looks to be a couple of large, they almost look like metal containers, and in front of them are these little fires underneath, and sitting in front of, let's see, 2 of them are, you just put 2 of these guys in front of 1 and 2. 2 kobolds.
Looking this way, looking this way.
Looking towards as if they're operating, like putting little pieces of wood into the fires underneath. Where are the other kobolds that we had going around, by the way?
They did.
So, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Tippa's going to... Don't hate me, guys.
I was just like, we probably would have walked inside at least.
Here.
I was gonna...
Question. I'm just making sure, did the kobolds actively attack us, or did we just attack them out for no reason?
No,
No, they hit us first.
Okay, good.
And one shot you out
It
there.
looks like it was really bad. They were just minding their own business.
No, they just
Very evil.
Oh, shit.
It's fine.
again.
Yep.
They're evil. What did you do?
Fuck you.
Lost dice again.
Damn it.
I like that. I do what the fuck I
Since
want.
Tippa's looking in here,
Mm-hmm.
like she can see that, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you can see.
5,
see
10,
2 of
15,
them.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
If you can get an attack on them, I will let you roll advantage, of course.
What if it's something that I don't roll for?
If it's something that you don't roll for, then if it's something that I have to roll for, I will roll disadvantage.
Alright, so this one, Speary dude, he needs to do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What does he got to beat?
12.
He definitely fails.
Okay.
Wouldn't have without disadvantage, though.
Good.
14 on the first roll.
Wow. You can suck my ass.
Your whole ass.
Just my whole ass. Oh, he takes damage. 7 necrotic damage.
He goes to throw in a log, stops, and then just falls over. And slams into the ground, dead. And the one next to him turns.
Tip is like, and it's cool because the one that I chose was like her site, but there is a wall here.
Is this total dead?
Yeah.
Okay. Bing bong.
Yeah, it's a bing bong, but he doesn't know where the bing bong came from.
Bing bong came from over here.
He hears the bing bong.
He hears the bing bong come from this way.
But
However,
regardless,
you're also
he
facing there with something
shrieks.
readied.
He shrieks after seeing his
Oh, bing
fellow
bong now.
kobold die. And in response, you hear multiple other shrieks from inside of the room. I want you to roll perception. All of you.
Roll perception.
I am so proud of myself that I am absolutely blind to everything around me.
Beautiful.
There wasn't that
14.
one. So
14.
5.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
10.
You guys know that it's a bunch of shrieking. You don't know shit. You just heard what sounded like a lot of loud stuff in the other room. Most might have been a lot, might have been a little. You don't know.
Might have been a reverberate.
You know that it's probably at least a good 3 or 4 others.
I'm not too upset.
Roll for initiative.
Okay.
Damn, I'm bad.
Okay, I gotta like. Okay, so hold on. I just want to make sure that I'm doing this right. Sorry, guys.
It's not okay.
Unacceptable.
Okay, so that one, that. Okay. Felix.
6.
Tippa.
11.
6, 11. Redos.
7.
Arden.
Dirty 20.
Oh boy.
Hold on. And then I forgot about him. He gets. Okay, I need you to roll again.
Okay.
Oh shit. 16.
Okay, so then that goes. Okay, sorry, it's just gonna take me a minute. It's too wet for me to draw, but not wet. Fucking damn it.
You should just shift to like wipe it off.
Alright. So we got that one. We have. And it goes. Oh no. All of the police stuff. Sorry.
No.
I'm watching Brian's forehead in the camera. Because the way he's sitting, his forehead looks like we could rent it out for our business.
Listen, I have a big forehead. Deal with it. Alright, just want to make sure.
Roll for that big ass forehead.
Okay, alright. We Gucci. So.
Are you taking selfies?
No, I'm flipping through Snapchat filters.
I was gonna say, you are at prime selfie armory. like.
No, I was actually just checking my hair and then I was messing
Oh,
with filters.
God.
Because I can never not do that. I open snap.
Health
to check my
totals.
face.
Arden.
9.
Tippa.
Has it been an hour?
Nope.
And I'm still at 16.
Okay. Redos.
Total?
Yep.
9.
Well, no, whatever
Current.
it's at.
Current.
Current. Always current. Always current. Never.
Well,
Sorry.
I was gonna say, he said total.
Yeah, I was like, total? You're
Always.
like, yes.
Sorry. I'm like not thinking. Always current. Okay. The kobold who's currently sitting right there is going to step out.
Step out this through,
Um,
or is he just?
he's going to. Oh, let's see. Hey, Tippa, how you freaking move that away?
The Tippa was always standing. She was on the
Oh,
cusp
yeah.
here.
Okay, alright, my bad. He's going to move into the doorway,
Right here?
right there. And then he's going to, with sling in hand, take a shot at the only person he can see. Tippa, and I'm pretty certain he misses on that one. 12. Yep. He's then going
I
to
wouldn't
step
even
back.
miss my armor class.
Arden.
I can't see anything, right?
You see me matrix
Yeah.
down to small room.
And so yeah, like something got thrown at Tippa, but that's
Yep.
it.
Pretty much it.
It's a daily occurrence.
She's going to move up to be on the left side of Grok. The other side, yeah. And she's just gonna hold an Eldritch Blast if she sees anything coming out of where the rock came from.
Okay. Ruck is then going to
Charge the fuck in.
start making his way over. I mean, he's looking not so great, but this is what he would do.
I know.
Is he gonna? This would be third.
Yeah, that's where he's gonna go. That's where he's gonna go. He's going to ready some kind of attack. Tippa.
Like a javelin if someone went through
Tippa
stuff.
is going
Yeah.
to look at the thing that is still within her sight, and she is once again going to cast Toll the Dead.
Okay.
So, give me wisdom save.
I'm so dumb.
He makes it.
What do you think?
You rolled a nat 20.
You can suck 10 dicks.
No more, no less.
Just
All right.
I should have fucking ended the dragon when we did it.
And then that is that.
Yeah, I should have too.
Forgot I had the
Reddit.
fucking ring.
Rip. So I move over, like, into the space between Tippa and Arden, and I just get a short bow waiting for some motherfucker to come out of that alley.
Fucking owned.
like how everyone was just like aiming towards him.
I'm just gonna get rid of this one.
I don't even know they're there.
What?
Yep, your turn.
I'm gonna run and gun, baby. Let's go.
Oh,
I'm gonna run in front of this right here.
Okay.
The sorcerer.
I'm literally gonna shoot a ray of frost as I'm running through the doorway.
Oh yeah, because you had it ready.
Okay.
14.
Yep.
Alright. And I think that's a D8.
I think you're right.
Yes, it's a D8. 5 damage.
You turn the corner, and seeing it let loose your ray of frost, it then tries to jump back, and you hit it square in the chest, and it overtakes it. And once it fully finishes, you see a frozen kobold standing there. He's dead.
You have like no health.
I finish my flyby and I huddle up next to the door.
Pardon.
She's not gonna move. She's just gonna ready another Eldritch Blast. If she sees anything.
Gruck's gonna walk into the room.
Of course he is.
This is gonna go so well.
Gruck enters the room.
I was gonna say, technically, there's still a frozen kobold right there.
Does he attack the frozen kobold?
He kicks it over. And when his foot connects with it, it shatters.
Yay!
Good job, Grok.
And walking in,
Grog.
he sees
Look, yeah, I'm not saying grog.
Look, you're not saying you're saying grok. I hear you saying rock.
Standing
Same
in front of
fucking thing.
No, they're not. He's a little
Barbarian. Get the fuck over it.
half orc.
standing in
Get
front
the
of
fuck
him
over it.
are 3 kobolds and
Fuck is that?
And then not kobold.
And I think I know what that is.
Oh, it's probably a flying thing.
It's a
winged kobold. It is a mud mephit, but I don't have any winged kobold tokens, so deal with it.
I will not deal with it.
But when he turns the corner,
blast.
3 of them let loose.
Oh boy.
She's like, can I cast Spare the Dying?
Well, one of them is going to let loose a sling, and he gets hit square in the chest by a rock and drops.
Yep.
Tippa's turn.
You got any more of those healing potions?
No. Well, I do.
Oh, we should have done that before we walked in here.
I'm glad I have a spell, guys.
Oh, God. Okay.
So much anger right now.
It's because this is what my other party does.
You could have long rested.
Could have.
Yeah, we're gonna long rest for the dragon.
Yeah,
You
no.
could have left, walked back, and been like, "I'll come back later."
Yeah, you really think it's gonna happen?
No, I'm just saying you could have. But
That's
you
how
didn't.
we almost TBK'd the first time.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna move to here.
I'm doing
That's her
this
full movement.
Okay.
And she's gonna touch him and spare the dying.
Okay.
And then she's gonna look in and see if she can see any of them, or any of them within her sight from this aspect. Maybe that?
Let's see. I'll give you one, and at least say that you can see the one standing between 2 of those.
Give me a wisdom save. Or you will roll the dead again.
It fails.
Do the deeps.
Don't do shit. That's 2.
2. The bell, of course, sounds off in the distance. It seems to be pained, but it does not go down.
Yeah,
I agree.
that's all I can do. So he's stabilized, but
You see the one that you attacked. He steps over to the side to see through the doorway, and then lets loose his sling. And fails. And then he's going to step back to where he was before. Then the one next to him will step out.
what did you roll?
18.
Adjust it.
18.
And is that anything?
Don't you have... wait, no, you're... That's right, you start out at 16 armor class. That's right, even with the ring. 6 damage.
Fine.
He's gonna step back where he was, of course, and then the other regular kobold is gonna step out. Seems he's 17.
That hits. That's my armor class.
5 damage.
Okay.
And... Yep, steps back. Redos.
So I'm at 5 health.
Yeah.
We can move on diagonals, right?
It's
Or is that 10 feet?
Diagonal, I believe, is 10 feet worth of movement because it would cost you 5 and then 5 to get to that spot. But if you had to move diagonal, you could move diagonals. It just costs more
No,
movement.
I was just wondering.
if you. I thought it was 7.5.
Is it 7.5?
It's 7 because of like
I'll look it up.
Pythagorean theorem.
I'll look it up while you guys
That
talk.
bullshit. Okay. So let's say I'm like
You were right there.
right there.
Right there.
1, 2, 3. I go right there, and I prepare vicious mockery for the next kobold I see. I value a short bow. Actually.
Okay.
We have a collapsed barbarian in the doorway.
I guess it's dependent upon the DM, because apparently the Dungeon Master's Guide has alternate rules for counting diagonals as alternately 5 or 10 foot movement. I'll count it as 5 foot
Yeah,
movement.
say mine counts it as 5 because he's like, you're literally just going the same distance.
I'll do it as 5. No biggie there. So Felix.
I stand over a barbarian body. I cast sleep.
Okay. When you walk into the room, the winged kobold. Is going to throw a rock at you.
I'm going to use Lucky Feet.
Okay.
I'm going to use whatever you got.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Too late. I already called it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Because I know that's going to hit me.
So that was his reaction. Was
Yeah, that might actually kill you.
Come on, math.
11.
Alright. I'm going to use Strength of the Grave.
Okay.
To make a charisma saving throw to drop a 1 instead. So I have to make DC of 16. I'm going to use my last lucky. And I don't make it, so I drop 0.
Okay. Arden.
Fuck! She's just gonna move as far as this way as she can, so on a diagonal 5, 10, 15. She's gonna go straight this way, and then... That's 20, right?
you were here?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
No, she's... There's something
Yeah, I rolled a 20.
I figured, but I rolled 15 and I have to choose before,
before he knows, so...
Yeah. Sorry.
She's... Just for the sake... You don't have to move her. For the sake of anything, she's gonna move 5 feet this way, realize that she can't see anything, move 5 feet back, which makes her 30, and she's gonna hold Eldritch Blast in case she sees anything.
Okay.
But she can't get far enough to see anything.
The winged kobold is going to move... It's going to come walking... 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
He is in my line of sight, correct?
Yep.
I shoot at him.
Okay.
This is Montgomery.
13?
No.
No, I changed to a short bow.
Yeah.
13 hits? Yes. 5 damage.
Okay. When it comes around the corner,
Good to know.
you let your arrow fly and you hit it. You hit it and it hits right in the throat and goes through the throat and out to the other side. It lets out a pain shriek, and you can tell that you hit it really, like, you definitely got it on
Still
that end.
standing?
It is still standing.
Pinch.
Went
Okay.
clear through, though. It's definitely bloodied.
It's
Also,
not doing good.
Also, will you be able to see it because you said you ready the Eldritch Blast?
No, I
Okay.
can't. No, I can't see
Um,
it. Not from where I'm standing.
The winged kobold then.
She moved.
that's
She
it
moved
for
into
him.
line of sight.
He's
so
going to
she
be
can see
up
anything she
like
can
where
see
he
when
was
she
going to
back
go
up.
before.
Here?
Yeah, right there. And that's as far as he goes. Gruck is stabilized.
Can I see him?
She's one step back where she would be able to be.
Wait a second.
I'll give it to
Yeah,
you.
just move them.
I will give it to you.
You gave him. So.
Yeah.
So you want to
Can I just look from that?
get going?
Eldritch Blast his face.
Blast it.
You can just see him from around the corner.
Oh, that's cocked. Natural 20!
All right, do it. Well, you're going to do it. I want to see how badly you do it.
7. 9.
9? Alright.
16. No, 16. That was a 7 and a 9.
And this is a forced attack, right?
Yes.
Alright, so you... How much is it total damage?
16.
16.
It was a 7 and a 9, yeah. 16.
So you, seeing him just throw your hand forward and a blast of white light comes flying out from it, it catches the kobold, and the kobold shrieks as it's lifted off the ground. You can see its wings essentially just evaporate in the light, and it flies back, hits the wall, and lands into the vat of water, actually. And the water eventually stills. It is dead.
Good.
I would hope so.
Tippa.
Bonus action. Spur
Do
the
the third thing.
Spur the
You're
dirt.
dying, so you are now stable.
And then actual action. Toll the dead, the thing I can see again.
Okay. What is it? Wisdom, you said? I'm going to count this. Okay, I didn't make it any better, sorry. He passes. Technically, they have sunlight sensitivity, and it's super bright in there because of the fires, technically, so I tried to throw you a bone on that end. I didn't really do much. I rolled higher than my first roll.
What'd you roll?
14 on the first. Oh, wait, nope. I take that back. Sorry, I forgot. These guys get minuses to this shit. And the first time I rolled a 20, so sorry, you still wouldn't have gotten it the first time, but second time you did. Alright, so roll.
Good. Because since he has damage on him already, I rolled a d12 instead of a d8.
Do it. Smack him.
Let's obliterate him.
Smack him, baby.
That is a 10.
The bell tolls, and his eyes start to bleed as he just stares off into the distance, and he slowly drops his sling and crumples to the ground. He is dead.
I really like being a grave cleric.
Bet you do.
It's a lot of fun.
Grave clerics are fun.
I can't do this kind of stuff with you.
Kobold number 3, the one that was closest to the one who just dropped dead,
Next
walks
up.
out, slings the shit out of the person he can see.
Cleric.
He can see a lot of people.
Well, the
Cleric's
first
the worst.
person.
Yeah.
Cleric. Misses on that one.
The
Moves
first
back.
standing person.
Also, forward. Hits. Natural 18, sorry.
There it comes. 2 casters versus 2 kobolds.
4 damage.
What?
Oh, I'm gonna have to fucking. Oh my god, how much? Oh my god!
This is a pattern!
Redos.
I ready vicious mockery for the next person that comes in my line of sight.
This is a war of attrition.
This is all I can do. I'm not fucking going in there.
Felix is
just-
down.
Arden
not
is the
using
same
my
way.
movement,
She's
to
not
be
stupid.
honest.
Felix is downed. Arden, your turn.
She's gonna wait until she can see somebody. She's gonna fire off another Eldritch Blast. She's gonna hold it.
Okay. Then Tippa.
Is gonna move here. She's going to chug a potion. Like it is the strongest ale that has ever graced her existence. Okay. Can I borrow a d4? Thank. Seven. Okay. I feel better.
You're not dead. That's the important part.
Thank you.
That's all that matters.
7 is what you brought it up to, or how much you healed by?
How much I healed by, so I'm at 8.
Okay, just want to make sure I'm keeping track of my
And then
stuff on
she's
my end.
going to move back to here.
Okay.
And she's going to ready to roll the 10. Well, I don't need to ready it. It's going to happen when I...
Kobold number 3. As if the definition of insanity itself steps out.
Alright. Who's going first?
Sure. Wisdom saving throw.
I'm trying to think who is actually first in. I mean,
I think
technically,
reactions
you
happen
readied
first.
it first.
Yeah.
You readied your reaction first, so I will let you take yours first. I'm gonna.
No, yeah, I know.
All right. So what is it?
Wisdom saving throw against a 13.
Fails.
Alright.
Do these.
He takes 3 damage. and his next attack has disadvantage.
Okay.
Sweet.
You said 3 damage?
Yes.
Alright, then he's going to attack you. You can tell that he was pained by the words that entered into his head, but he's still going, but
So he's trying to
disadvantage.
incapacitate?
I'm not going to even bother rolling a disadvantage on that one because he's going to fail that. And he misses your sling. He's not attacking him, he's attacking you.
Ah.
Yeah. The sling misses, and it just goes. The rock flies over your head. He then is going to move back. Then once again, actually, do you want to take your reaction against this guy?
This one coming up, yeah.
Then this one. Okay. Well, you said you were attacking the next.
Well, because
person you saw,
I didn't
right?
think I could see the other one because he's too far back in the room.
Yeah, he's
Okay. Then yeah. So then this one's gonna come forward.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to see that one. You can see that one. You
Yes,
haven't seen
the
that
other one was too far back in the room, which is
Take your
why.
reactionary shot.
I just want to point out the 2 dead guys over there. That's no man's zone.
Yeah, you just like a line.
No,
There's
not.
just dead people in the
Yeah,
middle,
right.
or unconscious people.
We have meat shields.
Basically,
I can't do math.
11.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
What to hit?
Yes.
Nope. It flies, and as he sees it come at him, he moves just out of the way, and it goes past him and hits the wall. He's then going to shriek in Draconic, and then throw his sling at you.
That is
19.
that hits me.
5 damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to move back.
I'm starting to notice a pattern here.
They're not going to come out there.
Yeah, no, they're not stupid, just
they
like
might
we're
be,
not stupid.
like, dumb, but they're not, like, dumb enough to realize that they're
Not walking into a trap.
not, like, squishy, you know, as well. You know, they will kill you if they have the chance. And then it is Redos' turn.
This is just who can actually hit who.
I give myself a bardic inspiration, and I ready a short bow shot for the next person, the next kobold I see.
Felix is stabilized. Arden.
She's gonna ready another Eldritch Blast for the guy that she can see.
Now Tippa can't see anything, so this poses an interesting situation.
Would Tippa go in there?
Well,
Tippa better not fucking go in there.
Two people in the doorway.
Yep.
Can I?
Yeah, you can. They're like knocked prone. You could technically walk over.
You can just step over them. They're on the ground.
And you are at what health now again? I think it
I'm at 3 currently.
Oh.
Yeah, I would not
On the right
recommend
side,
that.
they use their actions. Or they, you know.
Don't you do that.
What?
Yeah, don't you even. We have a nice thing going
Yeah,
on here.
we
Don't
have a good
fucking
system
ruin
going.
it.
We have
I
a
don't
good
care.
system.
We're winning this war by attrition. Fuck your bullshit.
Hey, listen, this is not up to me. This is up to how Tippa would handle the situation.
Is going to see Grog on the ground and feel really pissed off that she can't do anything. So she's gonna chug another potion. D4.
Ah.
Pretend this is booze.
Shit. 5. Okay.
Back up to 8.
Back up to 8.
How many more do you have?
I have 1 left. And she's going to move to stand here.
Okay.
And she's.
And that was the last we saw, Tippa.
That's a.
Yeah.
She's just fucking yeah.
Because I was like, I'm trying to think of it, like, I don't have anything else bonus action wise to do, and my action has been drinking the potion. So we're just gonna do that.
Okay. Kobold is going to shoot a sling at you. 16.
Nope.
Beautiful. Okay. Kobold number the other kobold. Definitely did not.
You may have
Redos.
done something or just screwed us all over because now they won't move until they kill you.
You guys walk in the room?
Fuck that.
Okay, the bard and the warlock are
Redos.
gonna walk into the room.
I do the same thing. I'm just wearing short bow.
They're just being cowards, man. Just letting
I
you know.
almost died like twice.
Do you have any healing?
Nope.
Nope.
No more healing? No
I
healing hands?
can give someone 1 hit point, which will do nothing but bring them back.
Bring me back, please.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
No, I realize that. I meant it's not good for healing. It's only good for bringing someone back up, but everyone's been in the way.
Bring me back.
Alright, Redos is just gonna do that. Arden.
Yes.
Please.
Alright, Arden is gonna
Please
walk
Please suck
over.
up my plan.
She's gonna take up the barbarian space to wake Felix up.
I'm gonna push the barbarian back out and so you can put him down. You can do that.
Well, she's moving out of space, so
I
it's
know, but I'm just saying, like, it.
Jeff,
Fuck you.
stop that shit.
Stop fucking around with
Fuck
it.
you.
Put it down on the table and stop.
Boop for one.
Yeah, so she's just
Okay.
gonna wake him up because she's realizing this is worse than they thought.
You wake up to the sound of shrieking all about you, and
She's gonna be like, "You're awake, but we don't have a lot of time. There are 2 of them left," and
Yeah.
she's gonna.
You also hear, goddamn it, Tipper, you fucked up our system.
you see Tippas, and
Yes, it
you're like,
was!
It was really
clearly been battered around a bit on
Tippa
that
spins
end.
through some shit trying to protect you.
Speaking of which, it is Tippa's turn.
Tippa is severely pissed because nothing is working. So
I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna kill everyone before I get my turn. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
I feel like
I don't think they'll kill everyone. I have 9 health. There's only 2 of them.
No, I don't.
Well, it depends on one of your friends who refuses to enter the room.
so. Tippa is going to
Well, nobody can even do anything if she dies. So, because I brought Felix back.
Can I get that as bonus? I wish I could do that as bonus. It's badass as hell.
But honestly, I put it up to when Tippa walked in the room. She was like, "Oh fuck, we might be screwed."
We need to take initiative.
So she woke up Felix to be like, "Hey, try to do something."
We're kind of maybe fucking screwed.
Tippa's going to turn to the one that has hit her the most. I don't know which one that is, but I feel like it's the one with the
That would
sword.
be, no, it's the other one.
The
actually.
sword.
She's gonna look at him and she's going to like glare and like bells are going to ring.
The bells!
You need to give me-
Like, originally it was dong, dong. I was like, like kill him!
Give me the wisdom.
Give me the
Give me
wisdom.
the wisdom. Fails!
5.
5! It's.
Not dead.
No, it does.
No, that's dead.
The way he said it, he was like, "It's," and I was like, "It's not dead. It has 1 health."
No, that's dead as fuck.
I'm trying to think of how I can do this.
Well,
actually
she's
a
mad,
double
so be a dramatic.
Just make its ears bleed.
Yeah, well, I would
The
say.
true neutral got mad.
Just like the other one, its ears, its eyes start to bleed. From its nose, you can see blood dripping down as well, and then as it falls to the ground, it opens its mouth, and then you can see it hack out some blood onto the ground, and then it crumbles.
And what everyone hears is literally. And everyone's like, oh.
Redos. Or, actually, no, it's not Redos. Derp, my bad. That one attacks you. That one hits you.
It's me?
Yep. And it hits you for 5.
I can't remember if I fixed my. Oh yeah, I tried to push
you were up
one
to
there
8.
and then they both missed.
Yeah, you were up to 8.
So I'm
So.
back down to 3. This is this nice little dance I've
What
been
else?
doing between 8 and 3.
I don't know if I would call it nice.
Fuck it. I go in. You people are gonna fucking kill me.
You go in, okay.
He's gonna say, "You people are gonna fucking kill
You
me."
should be able to, you should.
I go in as far
Yeah,
as
he's still
the
prone.
it.
Yeah.
He's still prone,
Yeah, he
so.
didn't get up yet.
So, yeah, you're gonna go in.
2, 3.
You can literally walk right in front of him.
You'll be fine. Which one looks most damaged?
That
There's
one's
only
dead.
one
There's
left.
only 1 left. The other one's dead.
Short bow that shit. 10.
Nope.
Well, I tried.
Well, I tried.
How many squares did I move?
Now you get to be.
5.
Sure, you want to move out of there?
He can't. Not really.
You can technically move back 1 square.
Technically.
Wants to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Just be a meat shield. It'll be fine.
I'm not really good meat shield.
It literally just took its turn, so you know at least you've got everyone else to possibly try and kill it.
Fuck it.
That's metagaming.
It literally just
No,
attacked.
I was joking.
If I die,
If you were in an actual battle, you wouldn't be going by turns.
I stay there and pray and hope to God we can kill it.
Okay. Hey, Felix.
Wakey, wakey.
Felix stands up, rejuvenated.
A little
Oh
bit.
fuck! I just remember that as a bark inspiration. A wheel.
Make a con save.
Let's see. Yeah, it fails. Can you put a -1 on a 1?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing.
It takes 1 cold damage. I frosted it.
It seems chilled.
That's a disadvantage on its next attack.
What you gonna do? You gonna bitch out? You gonna go in there and
She's gonna walk in, but she's not happy about
I
it.
know, right?
Because now she doesn't want to be by herself because she doesn't know fucking shit comes from anywhere else.
That's what you gonna do.
Fucking Eldritch Blast.
Shit comes from the asshole.
I just found out. I found out I can use spells. Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast,
Nope.
Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast.
Nope. I don't have anything else. I can shoot it with a crossbow, but that's it. But no, she missed.
Hey, Tippa.
Ding
Dong. Ding dong.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Raise your numbers.
Fails.
Has it taken damage?
I don't know damage.
1 from him.
Good enough.
12. That is overkill as fuck. I rolled an 11.
Alright.
Finally.
Oh my god, what do I do? Like, alright.
Yeah, that was
This
overkill.
one-
That was like double its health.
This one starts to almost like sweat blood from its pores as the bells toll even louder than usual. And it's just, it goes of pale, like you can see it goes from a deep red color to kind of more of a palish pink, and then falls
It's like
to
you
the
to
ground.
me.
Have you ever?
It's dead.
Have you ever read Sabriel?
They're all dead.
She's someone who uses bells to kill people.
So, let me give
They're
you
like
a
special
description
bells
of
that
this room.
do things.
Me.
So, in this room, you guys see large billows that move on their own. Most likely, they power. Like you can kind of gather that they most likely power steam into the the forge over at the edge. Like you see a large kiln, like larger than other kilns, sitting there. Let's see. Large and other sits towards the back. To the left is a large pool of water that feeds into brass tanks. Using the okay, that's all that stuff on that end. And that's pretty much it. Looks like your standard room. What do you guys want to do?
Can I try to pull the barbarian into the room?
Sure.
Do I have to do a strength save or a strength check or whatever?
I'm not gonna make you bother with that because eventually you will succeed in dragging him into the room.
They'll say, has the barbarian been like making death saving throws?
I stabilized him right
Stabilized.
away.
Okay.
Right in the beginning.
Great player.
At least I know you will die. We'll just take a lot of damage.
Not necessarily.
No one dies unless I die.
Not necessarily. Well, if someone does spare the dying and someone hits them.
Anyways.
No. I'm curious. Like, how would that
It,
work?
it restarts the.
It restarts the
Okay.
death saving throws. So let's. What do y'all want to do?
But it gives them the. If it hits them, it gives them the 2 fails. Because it hit them.
So if 2 people could hit them, it would kill them.
So what y'all want to do?
I suggest we take at least a short
Yeah.
rest before we.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of expediency, you all will set up shop in here, sleep, uneventful.
I go over my hit die by myself.
So we're doing long rest or short?
Short.
Oh yeah, we have to do the.
Okay, because he was saying like something different.
I was under the assumption we were just gonna take a short rest.
Yeah, I think
Figure out what was in here, and then if we wanted to take a long rest, we can.
Yeah.
Fuck, I use a hit die.
That's what I did.
I forgot I'm a warlock.
What's that mean?
I get spells back on short rest.
Yes,
I know, I forgot.
warlocks are epic.
They just don't get a lot of slots.
Yep.
I forget
Yeah.
which hit die I rolled.
For this one shot, I only have 4 spells at level 20. Just saying. Yeah.
The fuck are you?
I'm not used to
warlock.
taking damage.
Yeah, but
That's weird.
you have a.
It's been a while. It's
And-
listen. Yeah, get used to this.
Invocation.
It dies.
But yeah.
So roll to redo the healthy thingy.
Yeah,
It
invocation is
should,
also
when you
weird.
go
That's how
into
you do
D&D
high-level
Beyond,
magic.
click on your character's name, and then hit short rest,
Yep.
and under short rest it should show what
What you
your hit
want,
die
yep.
is.
Oh, 1d8 plus 2. Okay.
Okay. So do you guys want to take a short intermission now, finish this quest up, and then take a short intermission? What do you want to do?
It's 2 o'clock. So, what?
Let's finish what the fuck's in here.
Okay, let's do that. All right.
1d8. What the fuck's 1d8? There it is.
So after a short and very uneventful rest, everything seems rather quiet now. You can assume that you've killed off all of the kobolds. And the lack of the sound of beating wings and roaring dragons over the night leads you to believe that Brax is
Wait, are we
probably...
taking a long rest?
Yeah, that's why I was like,
no,
are we taking
well, not
No,
over the
taking a
night,
short
but like a
rest.
short... Well, not over the night, but like over the past couple of hours. Let me rephrase that. Over the past couple of hours leads you to believe that Braxis probably is not returning. At least not anytime soon.
Good, fuck you.
And you wake up to the sound, and actually at this point, to the sound of only, not like roaring fires, more like you can, the fires are still going, but they seem to have died down a little bit.
Tip was gonna leave the room, and she's going to start walking towards this.
This.
Walking over to there. Okay. So walking over to there, no peeling anything yet. So that is the large set of marble doors that had a lot of intricate carvings on it. Getting closer, you can see that the carvings are of a group of dwarves forging different items. Roll a history check, each and every one of you.
Can't remember if I'm flat.
12. I think you're flat history.
9.
I am, 'cause I do-
19.
Although if there's writing on it, I
19.
do speak.
19?
If there's writing on it, I do speak Dwarvish.
There is no writing on it, as far as you can tell. You two don't know anything about it. You two, on the other hand,
Tiefling shit.
Yeah.
over your time traveling, had heard stories, and you know that these are, it's depicting an old race of dwarves known as the Dwarves of Genodrin, who crafted some of the finest weapons throughout history. They're a very important piece of dwarven ancestry. It was said that over their years, their bloodline was hunted by orcs and other evil forces looking to take their forges and mines and their secrets, and their weapons were scattered and their lineage disappeared, but many dwarves aspire to become smiths of their caliber.
What was the name?
Genodrin. Genodrin. And you'll notice that the marble weapons that they're forging seem to be different types. There's like a warhammer, a mace, a couple of different things on that end. But you'll notice that on the bottom right-hand side, one of the marble weapons seems to be missing, and where it is an indent. And it looks like about the size and shape of a short sword.
Ice. What does the key I have look like?
It just looks like a regular old golden intricate key, but it doesn't.
And you said it is like a slot that looks like a long sword, like in the shape of one.
It's like it looks like as if there a short sword would be there, and there is an indent in it.
I go to the kobolds, see if any of them has something that would fit that.
They don't seem to be carrying anything, but when you walk back into the room, roll a perception check.
I was gonna say, I think he and I both had the same thought.
10.
10. You want to go in?
Yeah.
Roll perception.
I don't know if that's cocked because it hit my book. If it's not cocked because it hit my book, then I rolled an 8.
Neat. Okay. You guys don't really notice anything in the room outside of the dead kobolds on that end.
I'm gonna start checking the kilns and the slabs to see if there's any.
You don't notice anything on the slabs or in the kilns in that room, as far as that's concerned.
I'm gonna follow the other two in the other room.
Okay, so y'all are just gonna eventually gather the two you two can enter the room, and I will also roll once for him.
Nah, I rolled really shit.
Wow. Oh boy.
Wow, nope, nobody. We're never gonna find this. We're never gonna open the fucking door.
Hold on.
I look in the pool of water.
I was gonna
Nope.
say, can I start? Can I?
Whenever you
Start
get
looking
a
around
chance.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to check the pool of water? What do you want to check?
I just want to check like the three things.
Okay, so you look in the pool of water. It just looks like a pool of regular drinking water. It's when you put your hand in it, it feels a little bit warmer than, warm to the touch on that end.
So what do we
You can
use
see
it
the
as
dead winged
different
kobold
thing?
in there. He's currently
I pay no
sitting towards
attention
the
to
bottom.
it.
He has no wings.
You going over to the metal tanks can see that they are made out of like a brass-ish kind of metal. You can feel heat emanating from them, and you can see that the fires underneath that the kobolds had been stoking are kind of dwindling. But you can definitely tell that the heat inside of it is still. You don't want to touch it. You can feel it emanating off of the metal itself. You two, where are you looking?
What is this a forge?
It's a big kiln. Yes.
I'm gonna look in the big fucking kiln.
As you walk over to the big kiln, you notice off to the right of the kiln, kind of tucked under, like by one of the billows, looks like the handle of a sword, but it is kind of a milky white color.
Pick it up.
Fetch.
Nah, don't want to touch it.
Hey, Tippo,
Tipper runs over.
you do good with heat, right?
Yes.
Point out sword.
Tipper goes and picks it up.
So you grab it, and as you pull it out, you can feel that it is warm. Like, for you it's warm.
For me, it would have been hot.
Probably would have been hot for you. And pulling it out, you can see it is a marble short sword.
I turn and book it.
Okay, so booking it up to the large door.
I follow her parade
Yep,
style.
I'm gonna follow her.
Okay.
Sings.
She's running. I'm just gonna like, what the fuck?
Guessing you're going to then set it in.
Yes.
Okay, so as you set it in, you can feel it fit really nicely into place, and you hear a clicking. And the second it sets in, the doors start to shake, and they start to part. And as they slide open, you see a small iron door on the other side, which has a nice little keyhole. And walking over and putting it in, when you turn it, it clicks, and then the door crack, like this. You can hear the seal kind of breaking, and it opens slightly. Okay, so pushing the door open. Okay. So inside the room, you see a large horde of weaponry lining the walls. Most of the weapons you can see are common great axes, warhammers, swords, and a bunch of random stuff lining the walls. You can see arrows, bows, and whatnot as well. Towards the back of the room is a marble staircase that leads up to a large stone slab. Heading up to it. Yeah.
That's my armor
So-
tinking.
Walking up,
As I
walking up the
scurry.
steps, you will notice that sitting on the slab is a strangely shaped warhammer. The warhammer seems to be made of a strange dark metal, but along the weapon is a marble filigree that seems to be a bit more durable than just your average marble. So, what y'all want to do? You want to pick it up? Okay, so picking it up, you'll notice that it feels a bit heavier than a regular warhammer. What's your strength?
My strength is 12.
When you go to pick it up and you start to pick it up with one hand, you can't lift it. But when you grab it with two hands, you're able to pick it up and you're able to hold it. So, essentially, what it boils down to is if you have a strength less than 14, you have to dual wield it. You cannot have, like, a shield and the warhammer. You'd have to have just the warhammer. I can understand that. No worries.
That's what I'm most comfortable with.
And that's it for now.
You gotta reduce that AC by 2. Unless you don't have a shield.
Shield. I don't think you ever had a
Yeah.
shield on that end. So yeah, it was more or less like if you were a paladin and you were like, "Hey, by the way, me," and you're like, "No, not me.
Hey!
Not me."
No, hey me. I'm the weird paladin that doesn't use a shield.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
So that's that. I will have to add something to.
You have a hammer.
Yes, you do. It's like I said. It almost looks like a dark steel, and then you just see like from the bottom of the hilt, wrapping all the way up, is this kind of a white filigree from the marble itself. Okay, so at this point in time, you then, I'm guessing, you're gonna head back to the town.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So-
do, before everyone else leaves, I'm gonna do a quick sweep just to make sure we actually got all the kobolds.
You do find about 20 gold amongst all the kobolds. It's not just gold. It'd be like bronze, it'd be like copper and other stuff like that. But eventually, it just amasses up to about 20 gold. So you can feel free to split that amongst yourselves if you want to. So first half of the day. Finally.
He rolled the bandits.
So toss this back out there because that's where you would be at about halfway through the day.
Can we find the dragon again?
No, we found the bandits.
Oh,
How did they find us? Dwarven may never know.
So,
So we
walking into this area, somebody, you will notice, Brandon, if you take this and actually flip it around the other way. You guys come in from the other side. On that pedestal, that one right there, draw like an X in the back corner. Yep. Okay. As you walk in, roll perception, all of you.
Why did I pick you up? You're being nothing but trouble.
23.
7.
10.
It's like I'm getting everything right.
It's all good.
Oh my god, hurry up. She's like fighting her, so she's in the back. Shut up. I didn't know if you let your kid lead the way or not.
Yeah, that's
So
that's
23.
the only thing I can stand on.
Yep. 5. Okay. So you and Gruck, on walking in, notice that off in the corner is a tent. But it's a really strange looking tent. It looks very bright looking. It's been set up. I'm sorry, I know what you're thinking, but no. No, it's all good. But what you noticed above everyone else is that the tent materialized out of nowhere. Like, everyone else comes in and just sees a tent. You and Gruck see a tent just appear.
Fuck.
It's dangerous to go alone and take this.
And from inside of the tent steps out a very tall, thin-looking person, draped in a long, dark cloak. You can't see anything except for his eyes peeking out from the dark scarf that's covering his face. And you can see that he has 2 piercing red irises staring at the group. And on his back sits a deep ebony bow.
This is a campaign crossover.
Well, look what we have here.
Oh, it's a fucking bandit.
Bunch of travelers.
Suck my ass.
Yes. Come, sit, let us talk. I may have something that interests you all.
Arden's gonna turn her back, reach into her bag, put her stupid fox mask on. She doesn't like this person.
Well,
And he sits,
Yeah, I know.
So, like-
She doesn't want him to see it any closer, is her point.
he sits on the edge of the outcropping, and he looks at you all, waiting.
And yeah, besides, she's got a huge fucking orc in front of her. She's all the way in the back.
Tippa cautiously approaches. Like this.
That's fine. Yeah, that'll work. He looks. Any of you have like any? You put on the mask and whatnot, right? But you're not using your disguise, your hat of disguise or anything, and you're not using your disguise.
No, I would
power.
not.
Okay.
I'm not using disguise kit. I do
No,
not.
and I'm not sure if
He-
you can tell if he noticed or not, but I'm standing behind a really fucking tall person.
He looks around and he looks directly at you, and you can almost as if he is like looking at your face and not you. And he goes, "Now, really, mask isn't going to help you. I know. I already know who you are and why you are here. Come, I'm a friend."
Friends don't talk so cryptidly.
Can I roll to see if he's bullshitting me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to roll insight.
Insight.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Turning to you, he says,
Nope,
"If I wanted
I'm
you
not.
dead, you would have been dead a long time ago."
13.
You genuinely can tell that he means what he's saying. But you can also tell that may waver depending on how you may approach the situation.
I'm just like, sure, if, just,
You roll perception.
Me?
Yes. And yeah, just you.
so I'm just talking like, well, you
17.
do realize,
You can feel a very hefty power emanating from him. It almost feels like what's coming, the aura coming off of him is daunting, and the pressure coming off of him seems to almost be overwhelming.
I think he's gonna go like this. And she's gonna stare up at him.
I'm just saying, you do realize how sketchy this looks. Just tell us, who
I
are
come-
you?
Starting to
What do you want?
not want to listen to other people talk.
I'm just a traveling salesman looking to sell my wares. And as far as things go,
I inadvertently bopped you on the head.
it seems like
What, have
you
we
all
heard
may
this
need my
I
before?
don't
help
know.
more than you think you do. And he just kind of sits back.
Arden's gonna move closer, but she's gonna say, if you already know who I am and know what my face looks like, then you won't care if I keep this mask on.
He then turns to you and he says, "It is rude to talk to someone through veiled means.
You
Take
have
the
on a
mask
scarf.
off or I will not listen to you."
You have on a scarf.
He smiles, like he pulls it down and he smiles, and you can see that it's just a pale face underneath.
Jank teeth.
Sharp teeth, actually.
Bastard lizard.
She's not happy, but she'll move it off of her face. She's not taking it off, she's just setting it on the top of her head.
Much better, Arden, now. Don't you feel better?
How do you know her name?
No. Not when people are hunting me down.
He turns and goes, "Tippa."
How?
That's not important.
I
I'm here.
can understand how you'd know my name. How do you know her name? She didn't even know where she was 2 days ago.
She's not wrong.
I deal in information. It is a strong suit of mine.
Man, there are also
I
a
know
lot
a
of people
lot.
looking for me.
I
It's not
may
that
even know
impressive.
things that you yourselves don't know, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to offer you something that may help you, and if you want it, you may have it, but at a price, and if you do not, then I will be on my way.
What is it?
What, pray tell, is it?
I'm glad Jack isn't here.
I was like, put Arden closer because she walked up.
He
She
will
just took
try
me.
and
From-
steal the shit from him.
From his side, he's going to take a wooden box that was clipped to his belt and pops it off, and he holds it out, and he flicks open the front of it, and inside you see look like a quiver of arrows.
Tippa immediately loses interest.
What's so
Immediately does not care. Nope.
what's so special about these arrows? If we're making a purchase, I'd like to know what we're buying.
He grins and he goes, "Ah, of course." And he pulls one out of the box, closes the box shut, and he pulls his bow off, and he pulls back the bow, and he turns and he fires it.
Come on, you can do it.
Be smart.
Okay, he fires it at a rock behind you guys, and as it starts going towards the rock, the arrow splits open into 4 white glowing wires, and it wraps around the rock, and the rock flies back into the wall, and it pulls tight around it. And it holds the rock in place.
Good job, you got that rock.
Would you like me to get you next?
Oh god.
Please.
You can try.
Oh, don't say that.
You want to test this one?
It sounds like he's trying to test this.
He then turns to you, and you can feel the immense force that she had been feeling. Roll a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Well, shit.
Hey, Lamau.
Rip.
9.
You feel yourself fall to your knee, and you feel as he walks closer to you, you fall to your other knee.
Can I
And
see
he-
if Tip of, like, understands where this power is coming from?
You don't. You do not. You do not. It's okay. All gets explained with time. This is not the time. You look like a fool.
I
Well,
mean,
you
it's
see-
not hard.
Yeah.
Yes. And so he turns around and he goes, "Any other questions before we continue on with our deal?"
Where do you come from?
Where'd you go?
I come from many places.
Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
I do not know this Cotton Eye Joe. Or does he? No. But he goes, "You can have these. There's about 5 in total after I had to use that one. Your loss, not mine. 10 gold
Damn.
pieces."
I'm not one that's good with a bow, so...
Have
Hi.
a bow. I think I've used it once.
I have a crossbow I used as a distraction.
I...
It seems that you are speaking to the fool that you are talking.
I'm
making
very
fun of.
aware of this. I just like having fun. Don't you all?
I
No.
was going to slowly kind of like walk around him, not in a threatening manner, more of a curious manner.
And, I get up, or at least attempt to stand up.
Roll con.
15.
You slowly start to manage your way up. You still feel the pressure, but
I'm-
you also
I'm like-
feel the pressure has been lessened.
I'm like playing it off like it's nothing.
Gravity bender.
So what are these arrows called, if I may ask?
They are arrows of entangling.
And how much?
I said 10 gold pieces. And they are yours.
About, we'll be able to do 8.
10 gold pieces. And my patience is not one to be tested.
Yeah,
No, you cannot.
Do you have 10 gold?
yeah.
Oh.
I have 42.
He looks over at you as you come
That's
walking
not
up, and
including
he
what we
goes,
just got from the kobold.
and he reaches his hand out to you. And he takes the moss. He goes, "I shall keep it as a souvenir."
You better.
You better.
And he pockets it.
I'm like,
He looks like a human, right?
Yep. He looks like a human. Piercing red, like scarlet eyes. Sharp, a row of sharp teeth.
is there like,
Cloud wrapper.
is there like anything on it, on like his person showing that's like if he belongs to like?
Nope.
Nope.
It's just plain black garb.
There's some sketchy
and-
motherfucker right here.
He's got like I said, he's got an ebony bow on his back, but that is it.
And from what I deal in, before we close the deal, as a sign of trust amongst business partners, if you don't mind giving me your name, my name is Redos.
Redos, he knows
I
your
already
name.
knew your
Nobody knows
name.
your name.
You're bartering with chips you don't have, my friend.
I have plenty of chips. Don't worry.
None that I am interested in. I'm only interested in your gold.
Oh.
Let's say then,
Doritos.
I guess you're not interested in my chips of gold.
Redos, are you an idiot?
He reaches his hand out as he then, with almost as if he knew you were coming up behind him, and he takes the gold, and he goes, "And the deal is done."
Alright?
He pockets it, and then he turns and he hands the arrows to you, and then he goes, I must be off. And he snaps his fingers, and not only does he, but the tent also vanishes.
Fuck.
I wanted to say that I didn't get a chance to talk, but while she was walking around him, and when she handed him the moss, she casted Eyes of the Grave.
Eyes of the Grave, he is not undead.
Fuck is he?
That's fun when it really does work, though, because you're like, oh, fuck.
And you can feel the presence disappearing.
He was stinky.
What the f...
He was a dick.
You can know...
No, not really. You were more of a dick. He knew
If
what
you want to
wanted.
write down something for him, you can just write him down as the mysterious merchant for now.
Well, you see,
How can you do
when
Stranger.
Okay, I just broke the book.
I will attempt to woo him the next time we meet.
I think it's just...
And then after that, you're the next half a day. Nothing. And you guys will then sleep. You want to take different shifts on that one?
we can just go with the same.
Yeah.
Just see.
I would be
Okay.
fast.
So what is it? Tippa's first on that end?
Yas.
All right. It all goes fine. You don't hear much on that end. Yeah, it'll be for different reasons. But
Let me roll.
if you want, okay, if you want to roll, I can make up some. 14. You hear the scrabbling of what you assume are like little tiny animals, creatures in the night.
I try to see if I see them.
You see little salamander-looking things.
I want to put moss on it.
Roll for animal handling.
Seven.
It skitters away from you.
I just want to love it.
It does not want to be loved.
I just want something to remind me of home.
And then your shift starts coming to an end, which then leads to you. Okay. Come on.
I walk over, and in self-righteous defiant, I poke him in the foot.
Initially, I don't react until
I grab his foot and I shake it.
I wake up in a start, and I was about to like kick you off of my foot. I guess it's my turn.
Not too nice, is it?
Well, I didn't grab your feet. I was just poking at them.
I was also barefoot, and you have on shoes.
Oh, let's say.
I said how rude. And Tip is going to make her moss bed.
I love my mouse. Alright, you want to roll perception?
Sure. That sucks.
It sucks.
7.
You hear nothing. You see nothing.
Are there little salamanders? That she scared them away.
She scared them away.
Okay.
Sadness.
I get up next person.
You had a question?
No.
Okay. Red dog.
Hi.
Red us.
Mm-hmm.
I come over, pat you on the arms.
Yay.
Did you give him the arrows, by the way? No.
I just pocket them.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. I get up. Just wanna check something really fast.
By the way,
Okay.
I go back to sleep now. Bye-bye.
Okay, good night.
you trying to do anything at all while you're sleeping? Maybe, you know, something involving a new weapon,
doing
possibly.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Do you want to attune to it?
Because I kind of want to wake up. Well, I'll tell you once you wake up. Yes, alright, go.
Yeah, I'll turn.
I take my shift. Keep an eye out. Just start.
Roll that perception.
That is a 7. During my shift, I'm just flipping through my book and just writing in it.
Okay. You don't see a thing,
Kind of figured.
nor do you hear a thing.
Kinda
Same
figured.
thing on his end. So your night passes fairly quickly.
Yay.
How you gonna wake Arden up?
That's a good question.
Nudge shoulder.
Nudge, nudge. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah, basically. Could be a dick and just use thunderclap.
Wake everybody up and bring everything to us.
Tipple would attack.
Oh wait, we have Gruck too.
That is true.
I guess Gruck's gonna be on last shift.
Yeah. So, your turn.
Well,
10 out
fuck
of 10.
me. Nope. 14.
14.
Left foot. Your left foot.
You hear some
My left
scrabbling once again. Sounds like small creatures in the night. You see Tippa stirring a little bit, but nothing too out of the ordinary on that end. That's pretty much it for you.
Alright.
Tippa being normal Tippa.
Greg's turn.
No more crazy dreams.
Okay, so how you want to wake up Greg?
Oh.
Have fun.
How do you want to wake up a barbarian
Oh,
who has impulse control?
Yes.
No, I thought he was on the same, because we only did 4
When
shifts.
you turn them, and they turn into smaller bolts.
Cool. Maybe
Well,
by now.
we went before we only had 4 shifts, so I assumed he was on the
Yeah,
same
he was
shift
gonna
as
be
me.
on the last shift. Where
Okay.
That's what I thought was gonna
Yeah.
happen.
So I wouldn't
Okay.
have to wait. He should have been already awake
Oh,
with
already
me.
awake.
He would have woken him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fine. He hears the same stuff that you do. We'll keep that in mind now. All right, and then y'all wake up, and you suddenly,
Everybody
looking
in the
down at
hall.
the warhammer that you have, can feel the magic emanating from it. It's a +1 warhammer. Can only be wielded by a cleric or paladin. So, you know, on that end, it was going to be that way
What a
regardless.
coincidence.
Just so happens we have a cleric or paladin.
I knew you
And
guys were going to have
paladin.
one or the other. Heals.
Yeah.
Healing tank can't,
What if I
you
had
know.
gone priest?
Well, then we're screwed.
If you had gone priest, then no one would have been able to use it, and I'm sorry that would have sucked for you guys.
No, I'm too much of a hope for clerics. I can't.
Okay, so yeah, as many times per long rest equal to their level. So right now it's currently 1 for you. You can channel your power into it and deal 1d6 radiant or necrotic damage to a foe upon hit.
Damn.
So that is an extra on top of it.
Fuck him up,
Yep.
Kenneth.
That's really fucking good.
Deal with it. When using it, depending on the damage you choose to do, it will either emanate a dark aura or a very bright light aura. And that's pretty much it. So, another half day. Passes. Nothing. You get back to town. What do you guys want to do?
Let's go to the pub.
To the pub.
So,
Journal
Look for
sorrows.
Leoman.
going into the pub, you of course...
Oh, everyone do your long rest on the thing if you didn't do it
yeah.
yet.
Yes. Of course, you find Leoman drunk at the bar,
Of course.
Yay!
course he is.
swaying back and forth on a stool.
I walk up to him.
Seeing you guys come in, he's going to turn, he's going to wave, and he's going to... Friends, come on over, I'll buy you a drink. What adventures have you gone on over the past couple of days? You haven't been around for a while.
We ran into a dragon. 2 dragons, actually.
A dragon.
At your forge.
You were at my forge,
Yeah.
and you're alive?
Somehow.
Comes
I mean, we
binding
almost
with that
died
hammer.
a couple times.
And he looks and he goes, "Ah, you found the hammer! Oh my God! So that means they're all dead.
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
Though the
far as we
dragon
know.
is not dead, he left.
We almost got him.
Well, it doesn't matter if the dragon's dead or not, as long as it's gone, right?
He left, but he might be back. He seems to think that your forge is his territory.
No, that is my forge.
You can go
I'll-
tell the dragon that.
I tried to tell him that.
Be certain to chase him off if he ever comes around. And he's just like slurring his words. You can tell that he's definitely had a bit too much.
I'm just like, yeah, you'll show
I'll
him
take your
one.
word for it.
I can't tell you how grateful I am. Of of course, if you ever need anything at all, whether it's
Did we never use the key for the forge?
what?
Did we never use the key?
Yeah, we did.
No, you.
When?
So the
key
marble
was for the
sword
vault.
went in, the thing opened.
Oh,
and
it
then
opened
she
for a
ran-
key. Oh, okay.
Yes.
She's like,
I was like, I missed that part. I was like, wait, did we go through that whole thing and never use the key?
This is great. Of course, you can keep the weapon that you found, and if you guys ever need anything, whether it's weapons forged or armor fixed, I mean I can't guarantee anything, but I can try my best.
Dippo's gonna give him a hug.
He laughs and he hugs you, and he goes to pick you up, and
You are very tiny.
he like slowly gets you slightly off the ground and then back, and he's like, I've had a little too much to drink. Come, I'll buy you all drinks. It's on me. And he looks at all of you expectantly.
I won't say
Sure,
no. I
why
won't say
not?
no to free drinks.
I mean, we almost died after all.
He
Oh,
goes,
sorry, I didn't mean to kick you.
around, on me! And the entire bar cheers.
Yay!
And the barmaids start bringing out drinks and start passing it around to you guys. And then Lehman also sits down to you guys. And of course, if once I get my shop running and I have wares to sell, you'll of course have a discount and first dibs on anything that I bring in. I can't thank you enough. Was there anything any of you would have wanted me to keep an eye out for, or anything at all that comes to mind?
Better armor.
I can try my best on that one. It might take me a while, but I'll take a look around. Anything on that end? He goes,
Not that I can think of.
Just keep an eye on the dragon. Make sure it doesn't come back.
yeah,
Or else...
well, I can definitely tell you if he does come back, you'll be the first to hear of it. It's if you don't hear me screaming on the way back down. I'm pretty strong, but I don't know if I could fight a dragon.
I'll come save you.
Well, to be
Why?
fair, it was not an adult dragon.
Oh, it was an adult
Whether it's an
dragon, you
adult
could
or not,
screw
there's gonna be pretty nasty creatures.
Here's the acid.
The
Green dragon.
green. Oh, green.
Right.
Asshole,
he was.
He
I always hated the color green.
Oh no, his name is Broxus.
By the way, does
Never heard of it. Doesn't ring a bell.
Apparently
I-
he thinks he's something.
Blightwing ring a bell?
He stops and he goes, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Oh shit.
Damn, I'm good.
That's well,
Oh, I now
Stories
understand
told.
what that name means.
yeah.
Yeah, he said brood of.
I know, but the word didn't. I didn't connect
Stories
the word.
once told of an old, ancient green dragon that used to raise this land to the ground. It's hundreds of years ago, but I mean, stories are stories. There's not much you can really hold to them unless you see them yourselves. And,
Well, we saw Braxis.
Who is apparently its kid.
nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. If he turns his ugly head, I'm sure we can take care of him.
And
He's
what-
just but a wee one, right?
What is your definition of we?
He's
Well,
like,
I mean, like,
wasn't he like 12 feet?
dragons are pretty big. I think you understand what I mean by we.
He
Yes.
was a wyrmling.
Of course, he's bigger
So-
than me, but like, he's still a wee dragon.
He managed to
he was
bust
about
up
tw-
a silver dragon.
I,
Oh, you also had a silver dragon in your forge.
not well.
We didn't do
Those
anything
are-
to him. He left.
Those are a little bit less of a pain. Let's just hope that none of them come back. No dragons are better than any dragons at all.
Just out of
But-
curiosity,
Of
is
course.
Blightwing dead, or is it rumors that he's dead?
Dead.
Well, he hasn't been seen for not like. Well, legends say he hasn't been seen for not 50 years, but I mean, I never saw him myself.
50 years to a dragon is nothing.
That's like a blink of the eye.
It might be a blink of an eye to a dragon, but I mean, it used to apparently spend quite a bit of time lording over this area. Can imagine that you wouldn't have just up and stopped for no reason.
No.
So the chances are he's probably gone for good, and we'll just
Hopefully.
we'll hope on that end.
Arden is
Listen,
not
he's
gonna
not-
say anything. I
He's
know.
not
She's,
here now.
yeah,
That's the important part.
She's not gonna say anything, but she's like, that does not sound like the correct
Yeah.
answer to that.
I'm just
A
like,
dragon goes missing for 50 years. That's probably dead.
He swings around and he points at Tippa and he goes, "Now, you take care of that warhammer." It's a weird. A while back, I ran into this strange man. He was he showed up. It was like about a good
Question.
10 years ago.
Did
And
he have?
he was telling me that he needed me to forge a weapon for him, and I was like, sure, I would have loved to, and he did some weird mumbo jumbo with it, and I don't know what it is, but it's a great looking warhammer, and he said somebody would need it, and you guys are gonna have it, then I might as well take it, and if it wasn't meant for you, then I'm sure you'll find the person it was meant for.
God fucking damn
Really
it.
fast. Really fast. Really fast. Did he happen to have a tent that like disappears with him, and he kind of just like poofs in and out?
Red eyes, sharp teeth.
The tent, I don't know, but red eyes, yeah, red eyes. The tall, lanky fella.
Yeah. Big
black
bow.
cloak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mumbling stuff about things I couldn't understand, but he just wanted to make a really great weapon, and I appreciated the help. It's the best weapon I've ever made. I hope to make better ones in the future, but it was a start.
He's an odd fellow.
That he was, but
That's what we bet.
No,
Nice
he
enough.
is. We met him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen him in not 10 years.
Well, he was at your forge.
Well, if I run into him, I'll have to say hello and thank him once again. Maybe we can make another weapon. We'll see what happens. He then will turn and grab one of the mugs and just, anyways, let's drink. It's getting late anyways. We'll have a wonderful evening. Let's all enjoy ourselves. And at that part,
I won't say no.
we will end. All right.